twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Yes, we're back here in Texas for the return leg. We saw these two face off on Sunday just a moment ago. Really, it feels like they're in Pomona. Big thanks to Chanel Kamani. That superb rendition, Star Spangled Banner. So far with the Lexus team standings. Top there, the Unicorns. Got the Orcas, you've got New York. You've got Freedom 4, and then you've got the Knight Riders and the Kings. So you think about this, the Lexus team standings, the top 4 make the playoffs. Good. Yep, so finals, as we know, and next week they're at Oakland Coliseum. He pulled the plug out earlier. So you think about here with the Unicorns, and they're at the top. So they're feeling comfortable about life. They're feeling really good about it. And Nicholas Poran and co, not so. Grand Prairie here in Texas. It's a beautiful day. There's not a cloud in the sky. It is very warm. It's been about 38 to 40 Celsius in terms of the Fahrenheit, just over 100. Warm indeed. So we're going to have Ryan Rickleton back into the side, and he is going to be with his South African countryman Quinton de Kock. And so this will be firing up for sure. Can they get going as the sun starts to set here a little bit more? Most of the players will tell they like to bat under lights. It just gets a bit slicker. They're going to be up against Xavier Bartlett of Australia here for the Unicorns.
Cricket Nation, get on your feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Rightio, first ball. Let's get into it. Nice little bit of line and length to start. But Robin Utepa alongside, and some changes to be made.
Good evening, Dano. Good evening, everyone. It's a fine evening in Grand Prairie, in Dallas. And there are a few changes in this MI New York side. Rickleton's back in. Horses for courses, they say. And he's certainly a horse for this course here at Dallas. A few more changes. We'll get to that in a bit.
There's a little bit of movement back in. He just gets a bit of shape from time to time to Xavier Bartlett. Left or right handers. Lefties, it comes back. The Unicorns, only one change.
Yeah, only one change, but they've been doing really well as a unit. So young Emmanuel gets an opportunity. I'm really excited to see what he does. Leg spin. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's always been a pretty good surface to bat on in recent times. Here, the HQ of MLC. Handsome looking stroke. There is a boundary rider, but he's just going to be a spectator in the end. A nice try, but it's 4 nonetheless.
Yeah, the batters will love this wicket. He just lent into that shot. Didn't really do much. In great hands on it. Just giving a little bit of width. And those wrists coming into play. Beautifully played. And the outfield looks as beautiful as it does, but it's as quick as it can be, especially compared to the fields in California.
Oh, hello. Yeah, you've got to be on your toes, of course, in T20. Fast and furious format that it is, and Rickelman does well.
Yeah, nicely bowled, correcting the error in line the previous ball, and almost paid dividends immediately. Kept it within the line of the stumps. Since it's moving slightly off the deck as well. It's going to help the bowlers with the new ball. There's a little bit of movement. You want to maximize these opportunities when you can.
Ryan Rickleton. Going to be a wide yet. Ryan Rickleton and Quinton de Kock, South Africans who revving things up here. The two lefties are like it. Slip in and a gullion, so very attacking, and they need to be, because they've won the toss and they want to get people out. Even got a short fine leg, and almost really it acts as almost a leg slip. Take one and be happy.
He likes that shot, Ryan Rickleton. Slightly back of a length. Generally, when it's back of a length, he accesses the leg side, especially if it's coming into him. Very similar players, both him and Quinton de Kock. See this, just a little back of a length, and picks it up.
Had the wide, so got one delivery to go. He's got an extra delivery to bowl here, Bartlett. Can de Kock cash in? No, he can't. It's another dot to finish. So 6 for none after 1. So, yeah, quite a few changes here for MI New York. Ryan Rickleton on the side. Romario Shepherd comes back. Sunny Patel and Trent Bolt. So they were having a bit of a break with that last outing on Sunday night there at Pomona. And just the one change. Ganesh goes out and Emmanuel comes in. This is Brody Couch. And he is a lot quicker than you think. Does hurry onto the bat. He's going to run away from us at the racecourse end. The end of the pitch, but he's been pumped. First ball for 4.
If there is a ball you don't want to bowl to Ryan Rickleton, is a short ball towards his front shoulder. He will take you to task, as he just did right now. Short, almost inside of his right shoulder. Gets punished. Second boundary for him.
Oh, watch this. And I've seen this before from Couch. because of the back foot landing, he curves his back foot underneath. Watch this, the back right foot. See how it goes? Yeah, he's done this quite a few times. Now that could end up in tears big time.
Oh, he did well to save himself there. If that extended and he didn't land on his hands, that would have been bad. Ouch. Great that he's flexible, eh?
Wow, just think of his groin, his back, his knee. He liked it, no one else did. But yeah, that is... yeah, the loading up and then that back foot, when it comes around and under, it just goes a little bit too much underneath him. And the studs don't do their thing. Look at that. Oh, yeah. You're almost ice skating. Scary.
Never a good look.
So Quinton de Kock on strike. Have the man at point. And both these left-handers very good in that region where the ball's gone. And then deep backward square leg on opposite side. Match 22 with a pace and bounce of Brodie Couch, and really does get it to zip through, and hence the slip cordon in there early. Haven't so much now, but very good there. Very impressive. Might have gone for a few runs here and there at times, but he gets people out. It's crucial wickets at good times. Want one? No worries.
Yeah, nicely bowled this one. Keeping it within the line of the stumps. Look at Remittley leading wicket takers. Bartman always at the top. And Jasdeep, Bosch, Amshi De Silva, and Couch finds himself there, number 5. And nicely tucked away. He's just getting himself in. These two in partnership. Dano scored 546 runs and an average of 60. For both men, their highest averaging partnership in T20s. So it's a successful pair. Gotten themselves off to a sedate start, to say the least. But with the potential to do exceptionally well.
The shadows coming across the cricket pitch area now. But still good visuals to do that. Fetch this. It's been pumped. There's the first biggie. It ends the second, 14 off it, and New York 20 without loss here.
Repeated what he did in the first ball, in the last ball of the over. Shot on his front shoulder. He's going to dismiss it. And this time, full price. 260 feet 6.
Back to Dallas, Texas. Here we are, Grand Prairie, north side of Dallas. Yeah, quite a few changes have been thrown. A couple of guys rested from Sunday. To get Bolt back. He had a nice little break. And Sonny Patel, and he's come back. Romario Shepherd's come back. Rickleton's getting an opportunity. Amajai, who did very well there on Sunday night, gets another crack. Here's the skipper, Matt Shaw. He's missed out there, I reckon. That's what he'll be thinking to Cock. Yeah, he got a little bit of width and he got the length for his favoured square cut. The umps, Jermaine Lindo, he's United States. Umpire standing there. Far end. Oh, he's picked the gap beautifully. There you go, Q to K. Let's have one.
That was clean. Clean as a whistle. He also is telling Quinton, he's telling Ryan that he saw the ball being bowled as an arm ball. So it was a very good shot, that one. Moved back and didn't overhit it. Timed it really well. Just a transfer of weight to the back foot. Punched it away for 4.
Wayne Boogie Knights with his protection there. Remember, Bruce Oxenford started that trend, and very shrewd indeed. Ball coming straight back. Sounded good. Not good enough, though. Q to K picks the man out. He is spitting taxi, still standing there out in the middle. But you've got to go, Quinton de Kock. That is out for you.
He picked up the only fielder in the deep on the leg side. He's trying to hit it more square, I reckon. Hit it more straight. And in doing so, found Hassan there waiting to take that catch. And he can't believe it. Yeah, he's upset. And he should be. Goes for 6. New York are 24 for 1.
One down early inside the power play, MI New York. Big fish too, Quinton de Kock. We've got Manik Patel. He comes out to join Rickleton. Wives and girlfriends are here in force. Mrs. Bolt with the boys. Good stuff. It's my 3 sons. Very busy Gertrude Bolt. Bold. Like that there. Sometimes maybe a little bit of grip, but the bounce. Yeah, it's just, as you mentioned, Robin, picks out the only man on the leg side in the deep. And it's to the shorter side. Oh, furious. You better believe it. So it's a good over because just 4 runs and a wicket. 24 for 1. Ryan Rickleton into the side. He's partnered Quinton de Kock, but Quinton de Kock's in for an early shower. We're going to have Harris Ralph, pace ace. Racecourse end running away from us and with his thunderbolts. Half volley, you're going to disappear every night of the week with that. Well played, Ryan Rickleton.
There's ever a dream about playing a classic cover drive, the kind of sound and result you want from it, this would be it. Bang! Ouch! Ringing in the ears. Bounced to one of those pitches and just flew over cover's head for 4. Exquisite shot. Listen to that sound. Wow!
Yeah, players will be enjoying being back at Grand Prairie. Just the consistency. This pitch has been around a long time. It's settled in and everything about Grand Prairie. Pomona, well, it promises to be a beauty. Gorgeous setup there in Pomona. You've got to start somewhere. Yeah, hitting it well in front of square. And Hassan didn't have to move a muscle. Yeah, got him out 3 times. That's good from Matt Short. The offie up against the lefty. Nice little match up. Flick of the wrist and away she goes. 4 more.
Yeah, nicely done. Easy pickings for Rickleton. It's never going to be hard when you bowl that line to him. That's where his batting is set up to thrive at. So, felt like it was a cutter. Indeed was. Just got under it and tucked it over short fine leg for 4. Nicely done. Dano, you know, MI's opening partnership hasn't really thrived this season. They've only scored over 150 runs, averaging just 21 this season. So the middle order has had a tall task.
More flickage, but there is a fielder out there. There'll only be one. And take one and be happy, as they say in the trade. Yeah, Wayne Knights, Kiwi ump, and I've also been enlightened just a while ago. A little story this is because Bruce Oxenford, who was the man who pioneered this bit of protection, because you're standing at that end more and more often in the modern game, particularly with T20, very short truncated version, the ball comes back from the batter. It's almost like baseball shots, cross-batted, horizontal, and it comes back so rapid. You haven't got time to go the way, whereas you could just lift your arm up and cover your face, hence this technique. So Oxenford sent this to Bruce. He said, Bruce, I'm sending this to you, Mr. Knights, because you'll need it. And he got clocked just a while ago. He got hit, actually, with Wayne Knights. And so Oxenford said, look, yeah, take this, my friend. It'll help you.
It's nice, isn't it, when mates kind of look out for each other. It's a nice touch from Mr. Oxenford. Ooh, swung through the line, misses it, misses the stump. Everyone's wondering how. And it was a quick one as well. End of the over, 34 for 1.
Oh, cleans him up. Short is having a spectacular season with the ball. And Manak Patel's struggles continue. Plays all around one that goes on to hit the top of off. The dream dismissal for any off spinner.
We've got the wicket here. Matt Short strikes again. Traditional off spinner. Actually doesn't spin, goes on with the seam, top and middle. Clipping off and the bails are off. Congratulations, the Unicorns. Matt Shaw is very good at that. He breaks a lot of partnerships. That's why he's successful and gets MVP in the Big Bash a few times. Manak Patel goes for 1. New York, a 34 for 2.
Outstrides the captain of MI New York to face his opposite number. Big moment in the game as Manak Patel shuffled down the order to number 3 to accommodate Ryan Rickleton and give Quinton de Kock a new opening partner. The move to 3 for the American captain doesn't work, and as you rightly said, Liam, kind of just plays all around it. And it is the top of middle rather than the top of off that's been struck.
It looks like he was going to spin, it just didn't grip. The surface is not spinning, it's a fresh pitch. Straight on with the arm, wicket, middle, top of middle, mate.
Short might just keep going here because he's now got 2 left-handers to bowl to again, with Poran coming to the crease. Very, very differing conditions to what we had in Los Angeles, that beautiful new ground in Pomona. How quickly will the sides adjust? No surprise at all that the Unicorns chose to bowl first.
Yeah, it's a beautiful pitch here. The players are familiar with this wicket, Lenny, so they kind of know what to expect early on, under the lights, before the lights come on. So I'm sure Purran and Rickleton will navigate this pretty well.
Gets away with that one. Bit more round arm and giving us a wide. Good look at the fantastic facility and the Croatian team here, the pitch that they've prepared. Everyone always wants a close look at the playing surface. So Matt Short getting down for a feel of it there. There's maybe a little bit more grass coverage than we've seen sometimes here.
Yeah, a little bit, kind of Brody Couch showed that when he slipped on the crease. Thankfully he's okay, but a little bit of grass and it's just maybe skidding on. Potentially that wicket just skid onto the middle of the stump and obviously took the wicket.
Really good from Short, up to third in the wicket takers charts. Economy of just a fraction over a run a ball. Remarkable for someone who is, in essence, a conventional off spinner. There isn't really any mystery there. Yes, he's got some nice height in terms of his release point. Can come a bit more round arm too. And Purran takes him on, going down the ground. It was always going to be a matter of time, and he gets it all the way for a great six. It rounds out the fifth, 41 for 2.
Well played by Nicky Purran. He obviously seen what the ball was doing. He was looking what the ball was it spinning, was it sliding on? That one was over pitched, and he's not going to miss out on that. Matt Short a little bit greedy, trying to get up there, trying to get a grip. Excellent shot, takes the pressure off, but I think the Unicorns are going to be happy with this start on this surface.
Final over of the Lexus power play incoming, and yeah, after that burst in the second over, as Couch went for 14, the Unicorns have dragged it back nicely. Average score here in T20 cricket, 191. And when you think of where we were last week, where the average score across those 7 games was in and around 140, very, very different. And the batters, as well as the bowlers, they have to adjust as Bartlett returns. And that's a good adjustment. Really nicely picked up, and Rickleton, oh, he's a glorious player to watch when in full flow into the side and making hay on the good surface.
I think your point, a great pickup shot. Just a tad bit full, but it's not a bad delivery. He's actually picked up that beautifully, went over long on for 6. I think to your point also, Lenny, it's like don't expect to come here and score runs because the wicket's good. You have to restart your innings, you have to adjust the service, earn the runs.
Yeah, that's a great point. You can't come up here and say, oh, well, we're back on a great batting surface, we're just going to cash in. But Rickleton, who has been warming the bench, and being honest, that's been a surprise for me because he's such a good player. And you could say that the MI New York overseas group is so stacked with the likes of Purran and Pollard and de Kock. Shepherd is having a fantastic season. Trent Bolt. It's a difficult team to get into. Oh no, this is pretty full. Has it pitched in line? Yes, it has. And Bartlett strikes back. You just think that Rickleton will want to have a look as to whether or not it's pitched in line, and we will go upstairs to the VTEX DRS system.
Third umpire to television director. We have a player review for LBW. The original decision is out. It's a fair delivery. Can you move on to front on, please? Front on coming out. There appears to be a gap between bat and ball. Can I have ultra edge to confirm? Forward. Yeah, there's a gap there on the left-hand side, flat line on ultra edge. There is no bat involved. Can you move on to ball tracking when available, please? Stand by. Waiting on ball tracking. Original decision out. Pitching in line, impact in line. Wickets missing. Can you go back on field to Wayne? Wayne, I'll have to ask you to overturn your out decision to not out. You are on screen, make your signal.
An immediate review, and Rickleton elated to see that he will survive. Bartlett, I think he felt as though he might have just done enough to get it to clip the top of the stumps, because once the original decision had gone in his favour, he just needed an umpire's call on the height factor. Did get it to pitch in line just, but ultimately going over the top. Good use of the technology. You can empathise a bit there with Wayne Knight. It did look pretty good at first, but just ultimately going over the top. Rickleton survives. Now he goes to the off cutter. Half a chance, can't affect the direct hits.
Yeah, that's his strength. He releases it from so high. He's a strong bowler. He doesn't bowl express, but he doesn't need to because he hits the seam so much. And here we're just showing Matt Shaw taking 2 wickets. See the first wicket up top of Quinny de Kock. That's a plantable spin to him. He's been out a few times in MLC. And also Matt Shaw, who took out the wicket of Manak Patel, didn't spin, slid on, hit the stumps, and that was a pull.
He's having a really good season in terms of his leadership, his captaincy of this group that is indeed top of the table, but as he said at the toss, it's incredibly close. No one really is even vaguely comfortable in a top 4 position yet, and many are worried that if they don't finish strongly on this final week, this moving week, they could be gone. I was talking to a couple of players from both sides, and one of them pointed out to me that there is the potential, theoretically that is, of all the sides finishing on 10 points apiece at the end. It's that closely fought. You wouldn't be surprised with the season we're having and the Lexus point standings.
It's fantastic for the competition because everyone's fighting to the very end to get into the playoffs, into the final. Everyone needs to turn up and win. Then you look at the run rate, that's very important. Everyone's finishing on the same points. The run rate's so important.
Net run rate could be critical. And after the most brilliant and memorable, in fact it was unforgettable really, Liam, wasn't it, being up in Pomona. We're back in our spiritual home here for Cognizant MLC. We will have double headers on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow, just the one game, but we can also assure you that I think for the Saturday and Sunday matches of the Super Kings in town, it'll be a good place to come and enjoy the action, or indeed any of the games. You can get your tickets on tickets.majorleaguecricket.com. Come along and experience this world-class cricket in person here in the Lone Star States. Goes to that cutter again. There is protection out there. So I think overall the Unicorns won't be displeased with that power play. The 50 does come up. And it's 50 for 2.
Yeah, 50 for 2. There's still a score on the board, and obviously they're stacked. MI New York is stacked all the way down that batting lineup, so they're not going to be too worried about that. These two are going to keep scoring. Rickleton's looking really nicely, hitting some beautiful out the middle of the bat. This is how Puran gets going. He starts slow, but we know he can fly towards the back end and make a massive difference.
Great to be back in Texas as well. You can just see Dallas City Center there in the distance. We're about a 20-minute drive out in the city of Grand Prairie here. Beautiful part of the world. Certainly a much greener place than I thought it would be. Texas. Really beautiful spots. We're staying up there in the city, in Dallas, just in the uptown region. Nice walks and restaurants and cafes. And a real buzz with the FIFA World Cup being in town as well. I'm sure it's going to continue. What will MI be thinking of as a good total here? You speak about that 190 as being average or par here across the 4 seasons of MLC.
That's it, 175 plus on here. That's a score on the board. A few early wickets you can put pressure on. Love that Matt Short's continuing here to sneak these overs through. I think it's a very good tactic by the skipper himself.
And of course, there's the Carlin Pollard factor. He's had some really impactful innings. Finds the gap. Nicely played. Presses forward at first, Puran, and then goes deep in his crease to cut him away for 4.
Nice shot. Waited for the ball like a late cut, and that's the difference here, Lenny. In LA, on the Panoma, on the outfield, it was a bit slower. You might have caught that up as a fielder, but here, that's why the score's higher, because the outfield's rapid. You're not going to get that back anytime soon.
Played wide of the long off fielder, just pick up the single. Yeah, I think Short certainly will always see himself as an all-round option in any side that he plays in, but he'll be delighted to get himself up into 3rd place on this Remitly leading wicket takers charts. Very, very effective and economical too. Just going at a run of ball this season. And he's got another. He'll vault himself up that chart. Short will be, well, absolutely astounded with his impact here. He's got 3. And right now the Unicorns are on top. It's the big one too. Ryan Rickleton's got to go.
Such an important wicket again. Rickleton is on song today. Big inside edge, drags that on. Matt Short, 4 for last innings, then coming here, another 3 for. What a valuable bowler he's been this competition, Lenny. Outstanding. Ryan Rickleton goes for 35. New York are 56 for 3.
And we heard a big cheer from the crowd because Kieran Pollard walks to the crease. Ever popular and ever effective. His unique way of marking his guard there, using the bail just to get those indicators that he would like. Wayne Knights, the umpire, happy to help him out with that. Fantastic record across all T20 competitions and in really, well, what I would describe as his impactful form this year. A couple of unforgettable knocks, the century here and then the unbeaten effort in the chase up in Pomona on Saturday. It was a very contrasting weekend for MI New York. You'll need to be watchful against Matt Short, who's doing his best Nathan Lyon impersonation right now. Outstanding, looking unplayable.
What he's doing is squeezing through the overs quickly. Obviously no time to think for Kieran Pollard, just came to the crease. Can we squeeze 2 dots and get out the over? Excellent bowling by Matt Short.
As this carried, not quite. Chip back towards Short. Don't think it got there. 7 bowled, 56 for 3. Let's have a look on the reverse here. Liam Plunkett did this carry. Chip back towards him, not quite. Short just for a moment thought he was in the game for number 4.
I'm here with a beautiful family here. Talking about families, I'm here on my left is Aman Patel, one of my older brothers. Our older brother, Nick Hill, is not here today. He's off, he has the day off. But Aman, I don't think we fight very much in the comm box. Speaking of a sibling battle, I have younger brother here, San Francisco supporter, and older sister here, MI New York supporter. How do you guys feel? How does it go when you're at home? Are you guys fighting all the time? I see that you both are on opposite sides.
Well, you see, the only times where we actually fight is when Mumbai and another team is playing, because my brother always likes to go against me. So when he does, then if a wicket comes, he goes, yay, and then I go, no. And then whenever it hits a sixer, I go, ha ha ha, and then he starts doing that.
Speaking of going against, I mean, your whole entire family is supporting SF, but you're the only Mumbai fan. Why is that? I mean, there's 2 amazing batters out there. Is it because you have any liking to them?
Yes. I have always liked West Indies players because they hit amazing. So I like Kieran Pollard and Nicholas Vernon, they're both on the same team, which is the best part. And my whole family supports SFU, but I like to be different, so I like to support it.
Of course, of course. And mom here, she's a bit more on the neutral side. I see that you're on SF side, but how do you feel about this sibling squabble you have?
I mean, I'm a neutral person, let them fight. I just watch them fight. I'm okay with whatever side they're actually supporting. But I'm a SFU fan, so I'm here in all orange, as you see. My bangles, my earrings, my cape, my dress. So I'm a true SFU fan. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Beautiful. And I mean, you're decked out in the SFU colors. What are you going to do if SF wins? And what are you going to do to your sister? Any bets you guys have?
So if SFU wins, I'll be like, oh my God, hey Netra, this is how SFU is. The Aussies are gonna beat your West Indies players.
Beautiful. And over to my brother over there, Aman Patel.
Yeah, I think I have the source of why we have so much fighting in the family. Your support, it's a little bit different as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm a true Aussie supporter all throughout from my childhood. When the entire country supported India when I was back in India, I supported Aussie from my childhood. So the tussle starts in the family from my childhood now over to my kids, and it keeps going.
This guy is why the Australians? You grew up in India, man.
I know, but the quality of cricket. See, we don't tie the cricket and the nation thing. It's the skill. The skill of Australian cricket has always amazed me from my childhood, and I wanted to support the team who truly shows that skill more. So I'm more towards that way, you know, support the team that deserves the support from my perspective.
Wow, he's saying that it's the skill, but last T20 World Cup, what happened?
We have 7 World Cup. I remember the first World Cup that India won was when I was born. The next ODI World Cup that India won was when my daughter was born. So the next one will happen in another 20 years. Sorry.
What about the T20 though?
It's the fact.
The T20 though, what's happened there?
T20 is not even a cricket.
Oh, but we're Major League. Major League is T20 cricket. Come on now.
Let's talk about Test cricket.
No, we're in the States. Now, we're going to fight about this later, but all right, me and you are already fighting. But how about the kids? Do they fight about anything else?
All the time. It's in our family. You know, we do it for every small petty things that you can think of, starting with food and everywhere. From dress, everywhere the fight goes on.
Speaking of food, man, there's some brownies upstairs. Anika, you stay here. I'm running up to the box to get it.
I already went to the gym today. I deserve that. That is absolutely mine. Keep your hands off of it.
Not a chance. I'm going right now. Guys, back to you guys upstairs. We'll see you in a sec. We got to figure this out.
Well, it's a family affair here at Cognizant MLC. Great energy up in the crowd, Liam Plunkett.
Love it. Such a nice smile on the guy, you know. Looking back here, Ralphie's running in, bowling absolute rockets here. The Remittley speedy delivery, 90 miles an hour, bowling absolute thunderbolt, as he always does.
He is just so good to watch, isn't he? You talk about cricketers who give it 110%. If he could do that every single time. An absolute inspiration to watch. He loves coming here to America to play at Cognizant MLC. Really good over this one too. Probing and threatening, and just one run from it. MI New York, 57 for 3.
That was good crack, yeah. Oh, not these wipes again. On. I got sick last time.
Well, 57 for 3. And it's that man, Matt Short, the skipper. He's done the damage. Happy to bowl early. And bowling brilliantly early. Look at where he's pitched the ball. Left-handers from round the wicket and aiming at the stumps. Smart, actually, think to the dismissal of Quinton de Kock, which you will see here in the Lexus Power Play highlights. Fantastic shots played. Really good pair in Rickleton and de Kock. But found a way to prize them apart and then continue to take wickets. Nicely played. Pace on that one, 100 kilometers an hour. And just nudged and passed a short fine leg for 4.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful touch there. On a ground like this, you'll be happy as a batter to just save your legs. Just a simple flick of the bat, and that's another 4 runs added to MI New York.
Yeah, beautiful action on the ball, and just, I suppose you'd call misses it really in the end. He's trying to flat bat that, but doesn't quite connect. Bottom edge chopped on. And so the skipper bowls a 4th. Just 1 ball to go. What a spell.
Yeah, no surprise there about that, Pommy. I mean, he's been leading from the front a lot of the times when he has the ball in hand for San Francisco Unicorns here.
Excellent stuff from Matt Short. Potent. 3 for 24. MI New York 64 for 3. He is 64 for 3. And this week in Cognizant Major League Cricket, Season 4, it's squeaky bum time. Everybody looking for the necessary points to qualify for the playoffs. Tight table. And so every game, the jeopardy is real. Aaron Hardy.
Yeah, Palmer, you got a few more overs in front of us, just 5 more deliveries to the drinks break. But before that, this is our VTEX leading run scorers of the Cognizant Major League in this season so far. We have Puran, who's out there number 5 in the scoring charts, and I'm sure he's going to want to continue that momentum that he's already created out there on the field today.
Yeah, soccer times, not so much clubs, but countries. Precarious times there as well. Hey, Deepak, happy birthday. Come on, you got to look at us. Come, there you go. That's better. Yeah. How old are you? Everyone wants to know. 45. 49. Single, okay, for the next one. Just a single. No big shots. Oh, what a shot that is. Excellent effort, valiant. But it still gets across to the ropes for 4. Deserved it too.
Yeah, speaking of looking for just a single, that just touched beautifully off the middle of his bat. And just a flick of the wrist, didn't look to overhit it too much, looking actually for just a single, and ends up racing to the boundary. A brilliant effort there by Sanjay Krishnamurthy.
Yeah, it's to the experienced pair once again, Pollard and Puran, to look to form a partnership. Think back to the beginning of the tournament when they were here, and yeah, came second. But Pollard's 100 that took him to leading run scorer in all T20. Played really well. There were many wickets down really early on and had to consolidate and just believe that they could get close. And they did in the end, actually. So similar sort of thing required here, but in setting a score. Halfway through the overs now. MI New York 70 for 3, and we'll have a drink. Yeah, look at what has happened, and that's a look at a powerful MI New York order. Rickleton and Ducott, the 2 South Africans, together up at the top. Managed to put together 24. Looked good whilst doing it, but it was a short stay in terms of their partnership. Lost a couple of wickets further, so 3 down, and it's the skipper, Matt Short, who's been the chief destroyer. Now looking to the rest of his bowlers and how he combines them together, because his overs are done. A look at the highlights, and yeah, much going on here.
Yeah, the 2 men in blue walked really confidently out there. They're putting the ball away to the boundary, putting the ball outside of the boundary even, and then Matthew Short comes in, gets hit for a few, waits patiently, and then finds his money there. We see a good fight back from the MI side, but then again, the captain is just going to be coming there, leading from the front. Some beautiful shots there, but of course ended up a little bit in vain as Matthew Shorts find his way onto those wickets.
Look at these Lexus team standings. 1 versus 3, 2 teams with 8 points. Desperate to get a couple more just because it gets them qualification, really. And further than that, you're looking to see whether teams can finish first or second because of the playoff format where you have an eliminator. Well, first you have the qualifier 1, which sends you to the final if you win that, and then an eliminator and a qualifier, which both are elimination games essentially. So tight on that table, and everybody watching everybody else, hoping that they can concentrate sufficiently on themselves and sort out their own skills so they keep everything within their power, rather than have a scenario where their favors done for them by others. Anirudh Emmanuel into the side and into the attack, and gonna try and be as potent as the skipper with his spin. Short and banged away powerfully by Karen Pollard.
Yeah, first ball absolutely dispatched by Pollard. I'm sure there were some nerves there, for the young gun, bowling up his first ball, now into the side, and a man of maturity and power, Paulie just dismissing it over the boundary there.
Got him! Fuller that time. And Pollard looking to make room. Is dismissed. Oh, what a strike. Jubilation for Emmanuel.
Talking about sweet revenge, looking to back away from the stumps and access a different part of the ground. But Emmanuel absolutely excited about that. First wicket for him, and it's the big gun of Kieran Pollard. Pollard gone for 16. New York are 76 for 4.
'76 for 4. Not the start they'd have had in mind, particularly with all the chit-chat about this being a venue that's more favorable to batters. Many would have been thinking of high scores, 200s and so forth. Here's Sunny Patel. Yeah, great fix-up, having been absolutely smashed out the ground first ball.
Absolutely, it's good to see the areas that this young bowler is accessing. First got hit over his head, straight down the ground. Next ball, just a little bit fuller. Obviously, Pollard did back away from that a little bit, but right on the money, right on his stumps. Yeah, started off strong there, Kieran Pollard, and Emmanuel absolutely all over his stumps there. Very joyful celebration there in the end. The crowd as well.
The adjustment for all sides essentially is going to be mental. 79 for 4, MI New York. Yeah, that's where we are. At Grand Prairie. Wonderful stadium, this. Yeah, original home, you might say, where Major League Cricket started. Other venues available now. A 4 down, big names out. Rickleton, De Kock, Monank, Patel, Aaron Pollard, all back in the dugout. And having won the toss and decided that they'll field first, the San Francisco Unicorns will be over the moon. Here's Brody Couch. 14 off his first one.
Yeah, there it is. Anirudh Emmanuel's magic out of the hand, and the one that sends Pollard back to the dugout.
It really doesn't matter how you get it, that first one, just as long as you do. Even sweeter for the fact that the first one was a long hop and he got smashed out the ground. It'll ease the nerves a great deal that he's got Pollard out. Pressure well on now on MI New York. And as the San Francisco Unicorns, each bowler coming on just needs to ensure that they're making it as difficult as possible so that they don't relinquish and give away this position.
Yeah, currently going at a 7-run rate, and at this mark, they're going to be at a 141. Tommy, do you think that's enough in a venue like this?
In the gap, couldn't quite get all of it, hit high on the bat. So we'll just pick up a couple. It shouldn't be enough. And they would hope that they can up the ante with one of the batters getting in and being able to pedal to the metal later in the innings. Give us a wave, PJ. Yeah, nice one. Shanta getting the lovely shot of the sunset there.
These two definitely have a lot of responsibility here on the crease. Already 4 wickets down. 11.4 overs bowled so far. I'm sure there's a lot of positive conversations going on between Matthew Short and Brady Couch and everyone on the SFU side, but like you said, Tommy, it's going to have to be a mental game for the two men in blue out there and how they're going to carry their team forward.
Yeah, and tougher still because the strangle in the middle overs has been applied best by the San Francisco Unicorns this season. Oh, well bowled. Yeah, good change up.
A remotely speedy delivery there. Good to see two ends of the wicket having different types of bowling. On the other end, it was Emmanuel with that leg break, and now it's that fiery pace from Couch. And Puran just gets out of the way for that one.
Here we get fantastic sunsets all around the country as we go, actually. Oh, big shout. Big shout. Keeper bowler up straight away. The arms out pretty much straight away from the umpire as well to say it's wide. With that spontaneous appeal, expectation is that the feedback to the skipper will be, we need to check this. And we certainly will be.
Third umpire to television director. We have a player review for caught behind. The original decision is not out. It's a fair delivery. Can you move on to front on, please? Roll it through. Roll it all the way through. The ball is quite close to the edge of the bat and the pad. I'll need Ultra Edge to confirm if there's any bat involved. Standing by on Ultra Edge. Night C. Here comes Ultra Edge. Forward. Forward. Freeze it right there. Yeah, there's a spike on Ultra Edge as the ball is resting next to the bat. I have conclusive evidence that he's hit this. Ready to go back on field to Wayne. Wayne, I'll have to ask you to change your not out decision to out. You are on screen.
There goes the confirmation. And off goes skipper Nicholas Puran. MI New York lose another. Look at that for a celebration. Brody has sent Nicky P to the couch. Oh dear. Terrible times these for MI New York. Is gone for 19. MI New York 82 for 5.
Yeah, always gorgeous sunsets in this part of the world in the summer with hardly a cloud in the sky. Just the odd one getting burnt off. Five down for 82. Yeah, it's proving to be challenging. I've got an old warhorse here. An old warhorse in Corey Anderson, who's based here in Dallas these days, married locally. And Emmanuel, who gets an opportunity here in match 23. Down the leg side, little tickle. A Cognizant clutch catch, you betcha. Good stuff from Pretorius. With the gloves on. Just a faint tickle. That's all it had to be. And he thought he got away with it. Did Nicky P? No, 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 no. You've got to go, Skip. Bye-bye.
Yeah, this is a very fine edge. And sharp ears by both the bowler and the wicketkeeper. Good stuff, that.
Yeah, Wayne Boogie Knights, they sent it upstairs, understandably. And then Leslie Reefer of Barbados in the West Indies, very busy chap, the DRS. Yeah, Anderson, it's a go-to for him. Pretorius likes it, he really does, or not? Shaking, waving, do we? Knights will have to come up and tidy up the sticks.
Yeah, he was telling the leg umpire that don't need to review that. He's in. But a slip fielder there. Heard a sound, I suppose. Too sharp his ears are. It's well and truly in. Dano, how impressive has this young man, Emmanuel, been? He's gotten the big scalp of Pollard. Just hit the right areas. And 1.4 overs, 1 for 11. Bowled quick through the air. All the spinners from Unicorns have been very impressive, especially short. And as we speak, they call it the commentator's curse, don't it?
Well, I've just gone to my KPIs and put a big tick against the no ball issue. Can't do this. You're about quick bowlers doing it, let alone spinners. Oh dear. No, no, no. Emmanuel, please, you can't. But just on your point there, Rob, I've been impressed, I'm sure. And that's what these tournaments are about, aren't they? You're unearthing new talent. Comes along, he can rub shoulders with all these different experienced international players. Then he gets to hang out with Matt Short, and they're discussing some strategy right now. Because it's a no ball, it's a free hit for Sunny Patel. And this will be challenging. And that is a beautiful stroke. What a great retort to a no ball. Hit it clean and straight for 6.
Yeah, nice shot from Sunny Patel. I think Emmanuel was trying to pitch the ball into the block hole, try and york him. I felt shot there. Free hit. Quicker ball. They shot by quite a bit. Just had a hit through the line. Easy pickings. Much needed 6 for MI New York. 266 feet in that. 91 for 5. They find themselves between a rock and a hard place here. But this will give them a little bit of comfort.
Well, all 5 of the wickets taken this season by bowlers younger than 22 years of age have been taken by these 2 teams. 2 by Amadzai, Mr. Luce, Tristan Luce, and now Emmanuel. Good stuff. These youngsters having an opportunity and doing okay to date. Bowled. Well, Pretorius is busy. Good stuff.
Pretorius has been quick. It's been sharp behind the stumps. It's been very impressive. He's gotten really fit, has Andre. Picked the move, picked it up. One movement, very impressive. Want this kind of intent from a wicketkeeper.
In the air, a little leading edge. Yeah, pretty good over because he got these guys to struggle and squirt. 13 done, it's 92 for 5. Match 23 of Cognizant Major League Cricket in Season 4. Just had Pollard. He went just over 2 ago. And so, yeah, just feeling it a little, MI. And then you've lost Nicky Pora in the latest. Got a start, 19 and gone. Here's Aaron Hardy. And he has been dismissed with a cracker from Sonny P.
With given and well received. Pummeled away for 4 to the offside by Sunny Patel. Right on top of it. And cut it away beautifully. Everything right about that shot. Nicely done. All very important runs for MI New York.
That's a bit of comeback. Yeah, he was chastising himself. Was I'm handing this over to you. Stoinis.
Thanks, Dano. The MVP Z cards, these are great collectibles. You can probably get one every year because if case players change teams, then the jerseys need to change, don't they?
And the merch can change, and that's where you get
and the
fired
merch
up.
can change as well. Yeah, it's a nice one. Pick it up. They all have value.
There, the MVP. Get your limited first edition cards now, MVP Z. And you can just get onto the old cue card. Zoom in on that. And go boom, and go straight to that website. Look at that. Tech City, aren't we? Well, tech country, aren't we? Came from the West Coast just recently, and we're going back there for the playoffs. And you think of all things Google and what have you. Back to San Francisco. A little change of pace, like it.
Yeah, change of pace has been one of the most important aspects of bowling here in Dallas. You know, you didn't have to do much back in California, both in Oakland and in LA. But here, you have to use your cutters. It's what we saw in the first leg as well. The Dallas schedule, we have a game today and tomorrow, and then we have double headers from the 10th to the 12th, all the way through. Come and join us. It's going to be a whole lot of fun at the Grand Prairie.
Yeah, big old Dallas. 3 triple headers, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, it's going to be warm and get fired up, but if you get in early, you'll be able to have that pavilion side, hiding from the sun. And lots of refreshments. Yeah, crowd, great posies. Yeah, look, it's midweek. It is Wednesday after all, and not super hot now that the sun's started to go down. Yeah, nines, you've got to be over 150 this ground, and ideally even well past 160. But you never know in terms of batting, and some of the bowlers come at you. Ahmadzai, Shepherd, Bolt, Agaka. Got a very good bowling attack into no man's land, and they'll just pick up one. So what do we had? 7 off the 14th. It's 99 for 5.
The MI New York lineup. They have a lot of work to do if they have to get to a respectable score from here.
Yeah, you look at Bolt, Ahmadzai, Agaka. You've got Anderson, not so much these days, but certainly a Shepherd. Pollard, rolling arm, get an over out of big KP. Maybe even that too with the left-handedness of Anderson. And then you've got Sunny Patel with a tricky fellow. Oh, not again. No. Now, Brodie, this could be ugly. Is he okay? I hope he's okay. Because I tell you what, the cricket pitch, the surface in this game of cricket is so hard. It almost is like concrete. So here again, that back right foot there. Underneath, yeah. Going to have to work on that. I think he's going to have to sort out. Yeah, that's where you snap your knee, I'm afraid, folks.
Oh, my God. Dano, that is dangerous. Wow.
And he swapped ends as well, so you got to scratch up that planting foot area. But the thing about it, it's almost like he needs the rubber undersole of his boot to curl more up if he's going to continue to do that. And that's such a hard thing to change because that's how he's done for a long time and loaded. So when he loads up, I'm just thinking on the outside of his boot, the normal boots, of course, but you see guys, they fix and adjust. Yeah, see there, he's on the side of his boot, just sliding. Oh, that sounded cracking. Spanked away behind point. Superb.
Sunny Patel is sending them to all corners. He's crunched this one through the offside. Slight width given. Freed his hands through it. Beautifully played. You can see Couch being a little bit apprehensive as he's approaching the crease. And so not giving in his all. It's very normal, I suppose. You've been through what he has. There you go. A little bit more conviction through the run-up. And a very different result. Yeah. Tells you a story, doesn't it? It's human nature and how we get apprehensive.
Here we go. Just watch this with his back foot. So much different. Yeah, see? It's only a minuscule thing, but the timing has to be precise. There, but it's still close, folks. That's tight to then go skating again. So I'm wondering, his bootmakers come up the outside of that right foot and just make it really rough and grippy. Maybe even have some small, worn-out old studs.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I actually couldn't agree with you more, Dano, because even that part of his shoe, just on the outside, on the right side, is very shiny. So when he lands on that, it slips through, slips under him, right? So I think if he can have, it's anyway, you know, they've spiked the shoe outside of the manufacturing unit. So what they can do is pull that little rubber that they put under the boot where it holds the spikes over onto the right side so that there's not that much, there's a little bit more friction when he lands. So even if he doesn't slide under himself.
Well, the great thing about shoemakers, as you know, Rob, is that they're into innovation. They're into just helping tweak things and fix things. I mean, back in the day, like he's not a big toe drag, and a lot of us used to have the metal plate on the front toe, or cut the front foot landing of, say, our left foot, because we're right-handed, is that you'd have the left boot with a hole in it so your toe could breathe, or you wouldn't lose your toenail because you're slamming that front foot into the turf. So there's always those little innovations that come into things with cricket equipment, bats, gloves, lots of different things.
You know what they say, right, about fast bowlers? You must know this. And the fast bowlers have ugly feet, and which is why they, which is why they kind of, you know, have a hole in that front leg where they bowl, so that the big toe, the nail of the big toe, survives all the pressure, the thrusting into the boot that happens.
Yeah, a lot of blisters. Guys have, I don't know, a lot of guys have had to tape up a few toes, in particular the big toe, but a lot of the outside little toe and the one next to it. Oh, it's well played. Yeah, the guy had to leap. Who was that, Ralph? But anyway, it's well played. Pace on, it disappears. 10 off the 15th. It's 109 for 5.
Yeah, nicely done. Backed away with the intent of hopefully hitting the ball over third man, and rightfully so. The ball is pitched slightly back over length, had the space to be able to maneuver the ball over short third man. Nicely done again.
MI New York. They're just gone past 100, but we've had 15 overs. So they're really ticking along just over 7.27 to be precise. They go at 10s, and that's a given. You've got to get that, surely, on the surface. So you're only going to get to like 160. This man needs to wield the willow. Change of pace here from Ralph. He's back into the attack. Last match, match 20, and these two, when you think about, Anderson, and a little bit of luck early on, he boshed it to all parts, and then you had him in a bit of Pollard as well. They did very dangerous things together, these two.
Yeah, played a beauty of a knock. 37 not out. Took his time initially, but saw his team through. Let's do a similar thing today. Kind of pull the trigger, maybe an over to 2 from now.
Up and over. Toe of the bat, and enough though. The field was up there. You must have the ball in your hand before you throw it. Finn Allen, come on, Chief. Been around the scene for a bit. Yeah, nice chuckle. Nice hairdo too. What's going on?
Let it grow, hasn't he? Nice little shot again from Sunny Patel. He's chosen the positive route. Playing with intent. Yeah, picked it up. Almost pushed it to the boundary. Nice little chuckle after.
Yeah, we had him at the pitch report. He was chatting to me, saying how much he enjoyed playing here on this surface, because it, of course, it's been around for a while now. Grand Prairie, well settled, good pitch, great outfield. Skidding on there, and the bowler looks a little aggrieved to say, "You're lucky, Chief." Yeah, and you think about the difference in those lines and being at that level, that length. Ralph with pace on, generally hustling and bowling quickly, and then the bumper, keeping Pollard on his toes. An old West Indian adage sometimes: bumpers and Yorkers, and that's all you're getting.
It's nice. Harris Shroff is bowling well. You can see him running through his run up very smoothly, not trying to run too hard. Oh, he is middle this one. Out of the top draw this one. Pitched right up. Just timed it to perfection. Corey Anderson was right up there. Just helped it along. Nicely done. Yeah, much needed boundary for him. Yeah, such a powerful lad. When he hits it, it stays hit.
They cued Alicia Keys. She's here in Dallas. Can't wait to see her again. Big shout, big shout. Right arm round the wicket. Always a bit more difficult to get a leg before decision out of the umps, just with the angle and everything. But let's hear it for New York, because they need a few runs here from Corey Anderson. Sonny Patel, he's 28 from 18. Ralph decides to come round with a slower ball. And, you're always sliding down. You can see off stump, plenty of it. And an easy decision for Boogie Nights. One to go in the 16th. Ralph's just adjusting his fine lead to go a bit squarer, and so now Anderson just steps back as a look. Last ball, this is important. It's gone for 10. Can it be another biggie? 6 or 4? Take 1 and keep the strike. So we've had 16, and New York a 120 for 5.
Evening time in Dallas. Tough time for MI New York, 120 for 5, and looking for some big hits at the back end, and they do have players who are able to do it. The stars just keep coming with this New York side, and so if you are San Francisco Unicorns, you're going to make sure you keep your wits about you. Is Bartlett.
Talking about guys who can smack the ball out of the park, Corey Anderson's one of them. Also, we have Shepherd. We know how dangerous he is, but he's not taking a look at Bartlett. He's going to run down, try and hack it over long off, long on. He can do it, but maybe give him a little look. A bit of a sighter, Pommy.
Yeah, I think he's decided that it is time, and all comers get it. There still has to be some sort of method to the onslaught. Yeah, well bowled. Good change up.
Very good bowling. Running in, smacking the pitch, bouncer. Not sure Anderson was expecting that. Great skills from Bartlett. I think he'll keep mixing up. Slow ball bouncer it was. I think we mentioned off air, that's the ball that is gripping. Not necessarily the length full slow ball, but that short into the wicket seems to be gripping and hard to hit.
Yeah, you also have to think about your ends, don't you? Depending on which end you have as the shorter side, you'll have a bit more leeway if you're making batters hit to the longer side, and you can have it sit in there, have them take it on. A bowled.
Excellent. The old 1-2 bouncer Yorker, mate. It's the old 1-2. Excellent execution. The slow ball was perfect, followed up with an absolute perfect Yorker, 82 miles an hour. Not easy to hit. Corey's waiting for something in the slot, something in his arc, to obviously to send it out the park, and he's not getting that from X.
Yeah, nicely done. Right up in the block hole. Also, what you have here is a game of cat and mouse, but as the bowlers, they're going to try and be one step ahead with the full knowledge that they're sweating on something that they can whack out the park. Nice shot. Didn't quite get it in the block hole, but good fielding will keep it to 2. And you take those at the back end rather than boundaries.
Good piece of fielding by Finn Allen down at long off. Didn't quite get that. It was a great Yorker again. It was dug out. It's an excellent over so far. As you said, you'll take 2 in the 17th over. Checking this boundary here.
Looks like it's really well done. Good work. Finn Allen doing the boundary patrols. Yeah, lovely. So good. This is over 17. They want to press the button. He's gone for just 3 so far.
Also, what this is doing as a batsman, you want to feel the middle of your bat, so then the next few overs you can go to town, but he's not allowing that. This was out of the, it was actually a back of the hand perfect delivery. Maybe he didn't mean to go the Yorker, but it snuck out as a Yorker. It was perfect. Great bowling from Bartlett, great skill set.
He'll tell us he did. Final delivery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, doesn't get it. It's a full toss. He missed out there, Sunny Patel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 becomes 1, 2, 4 for 5.
Also, when you're bowling really good death bowling like Yorkers, the one that you do miss often hits the pad, or the batter's not expecting it, so you get away with it, like that last ball. But it was a great over, great, what was that, his third over from Bartlett. Outstanding. 3 overs left.
And 3 for 24 for skipper Matt Short. 15 dot balls bowled early in the game, and that is an out of this world performance in the power play against this batting lineup. He certainly led from the front. It's well struck. Just a single again. No pressure, just keeps amping up on these batters.
Yeah, that was a good shot, but Hardy bowled a good York, and it was hard for the batsman to get under it. Sonny got a good piece of it, but it restricted to 1. And obviously Corey's on strike now. He'd be looking to do some damage in this over.
Yeah, you look in that dugout, and the disappointment will be because of the thought process from all teams, really, who would have felt that turning up here in Dallas at Grand Prairie would mean that runs would flow off their bats once again, having had a tough time of it in the last couple of weeks. And so to start up this way at such a critical time will be disappointing. Oh, big shot, looking for the big boundary. Man under it. Oh, he's done well in the end. My goodness. Oh, so unsteady under that. And in the end, I suppose all's well that ends well.
He looked like he was struggling with that big time. That ball was high, swirling in that wind that we get here at Grand Prairie. Just look at the ball here. It was off-cut into that wicket, that back of the length we talked about. It was a good swing from Corey Anderson. He thought he got a good piece of that. Ahmad, eyes on the ball, stuck in the mitts. Outstanding catch. The Unicorns will be happy to take Corey Anderson, but in comes Shepherd. Corey Anderson departs, and New York 125 for 6.
Romario Shepherd. And his first name, Romario, is after the great Romario from Brazil. Apt, as we have many a team vying for that World Cup currently. They need him to come good.
Single to get off the mark. We know what Romario Shepherd can do. He's shown a glimpse of it in the MLC so far. Just looking at this wicket again, off-cut it into the pitch. A huge hit from Corey Anderson, gets caught in the wind, and it's actually an outstanding catch. Watches it straight into his hands. I think he's relieved he's grabbed that, mate.
Yeah, Cognizant clutch catch for sure. Don't want to let them get away. He had to readjust because of the gusts of wind that you get here. And he had to then trust his hands, use just his hands in the end, because he couldn't quite get under it. And yep, Hamad has done well there. You want to snuff out any potential danger and damage that could be done by these batters that keep coming. Corey Anderson is one of those.
I think the Unicorns bowlers the last few overs, death bowling has been outstanding. Bartlett mixes it up with his slow balls and Yorkers. It's like Hardy's going straight into the pitch, off cutters, which is hard to hit. So it's a good skill set from both bowlers, restricting these guys to a low score.
Lovely. Excellent work. All that can be asked of you and all you expect of self is that you read the conditions and manage to aptly execute the skills you want on that pitch on the day.
I remember playing on this pitch last year. I remember bowling fuller with cutters slid on, but whacking it into the pitch, bounce the length, actually gripped a lot. That's why it's perfect. It comes off the pitch very slow, doesn't carry to the keeper. Great skill set.
Out off the bottom of the bat. Looking to send it over cover. Only manages to help it into the hands of Matt Short. Another one departs.
Back-to-back overs, outstanding from the Unicorns. Follows a slow boy bouncer, tries to go for a wide Yorker, slightly misses, but it's enough to hit the toe of the bat. A simple catch for Matt Short, the skipper. Sunny Patel departs at 32. New York 128 for 7 and are in trouble.
Oh, Trent Bolt is there practicing his tee-off shot. You see him just do it then. That's what he plans to do, I guess. Tee off. 12 balls to go here. Here's Haris Rauf. Fielder set leg side.
Admittedly speedy delivery, 87 miles per hour. Just looking at that wicket again, going wide, cross seam. It's actually a perfect line, and he executed that, which means it's the toe of the bat of Patel. Easy catch for the skipper. Gives himself some depth in the crease, but doesn't quite get it how he wants to.
Yeah, excellent stuff. And Hardy. Bigger side on that offside. No pace on the ball. We're just wondering about the surface and whether there's something imperceptible to us out here that might be going on it.
I think you're right. I think as a player, they read something different than sometimes in the commentary box. I think it might be a little bit sticky. The balls that are being hit might be slightly over pitched or wide and easy to hit, but I think there is something in there for the ball, that stickiness that the batters can't quite time.
They might still say, though, that at 18 overs expected to be more than 129. Shot. Hit that well. And it's going to go for 4. Maybe it's fine.
Trent Bolt's first ball, 89 miles an hour, and just sends it on its way. Again, back in the crease, full blade, excellent shot. I think Ralph would be disappointed with that. Ball quick, ball at his head, ball into his ribs. He's not going to like that. Anything with a half volley he's going to swing at.
Yeah, I think we might get that now, Liam. We're getting not a really full one. Perhaps pace off that big boundary leg side. There's quite a bit on one being pretty quick and short. No, it's full. Got him. Quick delivery. Wasn't quite happy to stay there in line. Decides he's going to swing off the back foot. Doesn't get all of that one. And Haris Rauf gets his man.
Good seam position. Kind of top of the stumps. Trent Bolt's not staying in line. Why would he? He's there to have fun. A good time. He gets a good piece of it, but goes straight down Longhand's throat. A simple catch by, I think it's Finn Allen. MI New York in trouble here. Another wicket departs, and that's Trent Bolt for 4. New York are 133 for 8.
Lugarka. Right in behind it, quick. Able to just nudge it into the offside. Dot ball again.
Also, like when we first played here, the first round, the balls are coming in a little bit cold. Just showing this wicket again. Actually gets a good strike of it. It's a good catch. Ralph does mix it up. 86 miles an hour, so it's not his quickest, but still plenty quick enough. Remitly speedy delivery, 86 miles an hour, 138 kph.
Oh, well kept out, did he? No, he didn't. He got struck on the foot. He's gonna peel it. Want it reviewed. I hope he's okay. I reckon he was right in front.
Yeah, I think he's going to walk off with a huge clown toe. That's not nice to
Third
get that
umpire
on the foot,
TV
especially when you have
we
the ball
have
again.
a player review for LBW. The original decision is out. It's a fair delivery. Can you move on to front on, please? Front on coming up. The ball is quite close to the inside edge. Can I have Ultra Edge to confirm if there's any bat involved? Standing by on Ultra Edge, Jermaine. Comes Ultra Edge. Forward, ball passes under the bat. There's a gap on the left-hand side. There's no bat involved. Can you move on to ball tracking when available, please? Original decision out. Pitching in line, impact in line, wickets hitting. The review is lost. Can you go back on field to Jermaine? Jermaine, stay with your original out decision. You are on screen.
Confirmation. Mugaka's short stay done. He's gone for none. Hope his foot's all right. 133 for none.
When you talk about, obviously, the execution of the bowlers, also the first round when we were in Grand Prairie, maybe people are coming in a little bit cold. I think we've played so many games now, the skill set should be so high. They bowled so many overs, so they know what the variations are. They bowled a lot of variations, bouncers, yorkers, cutters. So it might be the execution now because of all the games they've played.
Faisal Ahmadzai has walked out to the middle at the non-strikers. Bartlett to finish off. And he'll have some leeway because Romario Shepherd will want to take all 6 of these deliveries. Won't be running singles. He'll try and hit some boundaries here to accumulate as many as he can for MI New York, who have what is seemingly a paltry 133 at the moment. He's happy with that. Bartlett is man alone though. Yeah, he's looking for the skipper. He's saying, hey, I heard something and I want the skipper to have a go. We've still got a couple of reviews. Why not? And there he goes upstairs. Let's check it.
Third umpire to TV director. We have a player review for caught. The original decision is not out. It's a fair delivery. Can you move on to front arm, please? Front arm coming up. Yeah, there appears to be a gap between bat and ball. Forward. Yeah, a clear gap between bat and ball. But can I have ultra edge just to confirm? Forward. Gap between bat and ball, gap on the left hand side, flat line on ultra edge. There's no bat involved. Can you go back on field to Wayne? Wayne, you can stay with your original not out decision.
Yeah, confirmation that umpire Wayne Knights was correct. X-Man, come on. Yeah, well bowled. Oh, that's excellent. That's what he wants, to make sure that he's hitting the blue line. He's done it. Both those deliveries, actually, one after the other.
Bartlett hitting the X whenever he wants to at will here. Outstanding inside that blue line. We're showing it again. Perfect delivery. The bowling coach should be frothing at the mouth after that delivery. Outstanding, outstanding.
Sounded like he had someone in particular in mind. Oh, that is whacked. That is some power. Oh, Romario Shepherd. Fantastic flat bat for 6.
That's a shot of a very strong man, Pommy. I don't think he quite timed that. He was looking again into the wicket. Slow ball. I think it was just a little bit wide, which allowed Romario Shepherd to have a full swing of that. Such a powerful, powerful shot, and it sails over mid-off for 6 bits, 82 meters.
That is some shot. Oh, bowled. Back to what works.
Beautiful delivery. As you said, this stage in the game, bowling at Shepherd to go for ... 6. You're doing a pretty good job here.
Yeah, he's been brilliant with that Yorker. That line as well. They're bat breakers generally. Nearly so. Right, final delivery of the innings. 2 full and banged away. 4 runs, 6 and 4 in that over. 10 off to complete it for MI New York. They get to 143 for 9. And thinking just generally about scores here at Grand Prairie, you'd feel that it wasn't quite sufficient, but we'll find out. Here's that final stroke. They're going to go big. It was a full toss, able to drag it leg side and bisect the 2 men on the fence quite straight. So Shepherd with a 6 and a 4. MI New York 143 for 9. Not much to speak of in the way of contributions. Rickleton 35 from 21. And Sunny Patel 32 from 23. Really the only ones. A couple of blows from Bolt. But in the end, they'll feel that they haven't quite got enough. Right. Let's get downstairs. Harman Patel down there.
here with Aaron Hardy. 2 wickets for you tonight. What went well?
Oh, I think, our opening bowlers started really well. When your skipper comes in and can bat 3 and bowl 4 overs early on and take some wickets, it certainly helps out the rest of the bowling group.
In terms of that final score, it's much lower than we've seen at Grand Prairie historically. What was the secret behind that?
Well, it's the first game back here after a little bit of a break, so you're not 100% sure what you're going to get. Obviously, getting wickets early always helps that case, but yeah, we think it's a good pitch, but we're not 100% sure until we batted on it.
They just spoke about that pitch. What do you think about batting on it under lights?
Yeah, hopefully it's skidding on nicely. I think we saw a few balls at the end sort of hold up into the surface a little bit, but at the start we certainly felt like it was going to be a nice pitch, so we'll have to see how we go.
Thank you very much and good luck in the second innings.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, nicely done by Aaron Hardy. 2 for 17 for him. Really economical, the most economical of the lot. And then you look through the rest of the bowlers, they've done a really good job too. Wickets for many. And to keep MI New York to 143 for 9, here's a job they'll be happy with, having been led by their skipper, who got 3 for 24. So then, the San Francisco Unicorns must get 144 if they're to win here at Grand Prairie. We can't wait to see how the chase goes and just how MI New York can fight back.
We've had 2 weeks away from Grand Prairie Stadium, but this hasn't shut down. They've had to do so much work to get Grand Prairie Stadium together. So many people focus on the pitch, but it's actually the outfield that I find the most interesting in what they've done. If I come down here and I take my hand on, it's so smooth. We talk about being a carpet surface and the green, lush color we have, it actually takes some time to make this happen. What they'll do, as soon as we left, they brought out a tractor with spikes at the end of it to bring up what they call thratch. And what that is, it's the leaf extended and some of the dead grass they pull up and literally rip out of the ground, and then they'll go and mow around it to get rid of everything. So that happens over 2 days, and the grass literally turns yellow. I can't even imagine Grand Prairie Stadium turning yellow, but it's turned yellow. Then they've come in, they've put new fertilizers, they've watered it to turn it green, and then they get a mow on it. It's down to 10 millimeters. And the reason that's so important, it affects the bounce. So this keeps everything nice and stable, and it rolls on the scarpet. You'll also notice, everybody, it's a new cut pattern. Usually they cut it in what's called a checkered board pattern, but Andrew Leonard, you might like this. They've done a little bit more of a round figure. They call it a dartboard. Lenny, you have some experience with those, don't you?
I love it, yeah. And the bullseye is exactly where the pitch is, right in the middle. The place looks a picture, I must say. And Dave Agnew, Trent Kelly, everyone involved here do an amazing job and make it one of the most beautiful venues going around the world cricketing circuit. Okay, there's the MI New York batting card. Not a huge amount to cheer, really. 35 for Ryan Rickleton, probably the standout at the top, and a surprise promotion up the order for Sunny Patel. He responded well with 32. The rest, not much to shout about. 143 for 9 the score. Good look at the highlights, and there was some flowing strokes from Ryan Rickleton to start with on a surface that we think is pretty good, including that big pickup shot off Brodie Couch. Short arm pull then off Matt Short, but Quinton de Kock picked the only fielder in the deep. A really simple catch for Hassan Khan out there. Rickleton had a bit more success. Manang Patel was cleaned up by Short, who got one to just hold its line. Poran came to the crease, hit 2 boundaries, including that 6. And Rickleton hit the last ball, the power play for a boundary 2, but then Short struck back, getting him to chop one on into his own stumps. And then Pollard showed his power down the ground before the youngster, at a moment he'll never forget, his first ever MLC wicket, is the biggest fish of them all, Kyron Pollard. And there was one overturned on review. Umpire Wayne Knights thought it was a wide, but it was given out on VTEX DRS. And Patel played some flowing strokes. Played nicely, particularly accessed the offside pretty well. Corey Anderson got that one big blow down the ground, but didn't get much other success at all. In fact, just the 12 off 16 before he was held. A much better catch this time that Hamid Azam had to hold on to. And there was one missed time to see the end of Sunny Patel. Trent Bolt got a bit of swagger out, hit one down the ground, but then he was caught by Finn Allen. And Harris Rauf, well, he's just too quick, isn't he? Shepherd did at least get 10 off the last 3 balls to give New York something to defend. But will 143 be enough? We'll have to wait to see. For the bowlers, I thought they bowled very nicely all together as a unit, and there was a couple of worrying moments for Brodie Couch with those 2 concerning slips. But the star of the show was yet again the captain, Matthew Short. He now has 14 wickets on the Remitly leading wicket takers table, and he's 3rd place overall, and 2 apiece for Rauf and Hardy, and a wicket each for Couch and Emmanuel, his first ever in MLC. Now, we saw him cleaned up, didn't we, by Harris Rauf for that LBW decision, but he's a star with the ball, this young man. Let's find out more about Rushil Agarkar.
Rushil Agarkar has been entrusted with this final over.
The season comes down to this, and you as a youngster are up against Glenn Maxwell and all his might.
Obviously quite nervous. It's normal for me being in the final.
Maxwell wants to start the over with runs. They'll get 1 only. Big swing. It only just misses the stumps.
These are gold. Pace off, gutsy, really brave from Agarkar.
There was a very big battle ahead of me, but I felt like they haven't seen me enough to be like, yeah, we know what is coming. So I wanted to go outside the box. So that's why I just went slow balls, he ball over on.
Here's Maxwell. He doesn't get it far enough. The captain of the Freedom will walk away from the middle. If MI New York have done what at a time seemed improbable, and the 22-year-old Rushil Agarkar has bowled the final over, that win for just 6 runs.
I think one thing that really helped me calm my nerves is, as a team, we had a video from all the families.
I say we broke the jinx. You have to pay us now to come for every match.
You guys have been through a very tough journey, but I can't think of a better team to play.
I think that's warmed my heart a lot, having the support of families, the support of my teammates, the coaches, everyone in the setup that we had. I think it just made my job a lot easier.
Rushel Ogaka to accept the Under-23 Player of the Tournament award.
At the time, I didn't even know the award was there. I was really focused on getting the job done. But yeah, it was pretty cool that, it was actually the first time I ever won an award. Post MLC, I was fortunate enough to finally make my USA debut as well. Something which I've dreamt of for a very long time. Future goals, obviously there are a lot of things you could say, like playing in different franchises. In terms of USA, playing for the ODI World Cup, playing the T20 World Cup, all those things are definitely big goals. Yeah, I think just taking every day as it comes for now. Just hope that I can do well for my team, whichever I play for.
What a fantastic feature on a talented young cricketer. Now, don't go anywhere too far, because in just a few moments the Unicorns are going to start their chase. They'll need 144 to win. Here we are at the Grand Prairie Cricket Stadium in Texas. It's match 23 of season 4 of Cognizant MLC. It's going to be the bomb squad up at the top for the Unicorns to get things going. Finn Allen, with his pyrotechnics, a strike rate career in MLC, the best part of 200, and the young burgeoning star that he is, been so good to watch this season. Alejandro Pretorius striking at about 180, but they'll have to face up to, well, the prized weapon of this MI New York attack. It's Trent Bolt, with all of those fantastic numbers across all formats, across a quite magnificent career. He'll take the new ball here from the racecourse end of the ground. We're all set for this chase. Will the Unicorns look to get going in a hurry, or can Trent Bolt strike early? Let's get it on. And the rarest of things in this year's MLC season, a leave outside the off stump. I'd like to introduce a man who didn't play many leaves during his white ball career anyway. Robin Itapa. Good evening, Robin.
Good evening, Lenny. You're right. Could have left a few, I think. Would have served me. What a day it's been so far, especially for the Unicorns. On the button.
It's just such a big game, isn't it? Because these two sides sharing the exact same record. Played 7, won 4, lost 3. Yes, the Unicorns are top by virtue of their net run rates. But whoever wins this, they won't quite mathematically be in the top 4 yet, because all sorts could still happen. But they'll have 1 foot into the playoffs.
Yeah, they most certainly will. Wicket has a little bit in it for the bowlers when they bowl the cutters, especially the fast bowlers. Oh, just past the diving Romario Shepherd. Will go for 4. Nicely played, all timing on it. Luandre Pretorius continues to impress. That is a top shot, eh? And he right at the top draw, that one.
There is something about the on drive, isn't there? Every batter will tell you that whether it's back foot or front foot, when they punch this stroke and they hold their shape nicely, and then just as Aman Patel was telling us during the interval, this outfield, it's like a bowling green. So as soon as you beat the infield in the Lexus power play, you'll get good reward. It's just a ping off the bats from this young man. He times it so well.
Yeah, the timing is just right up there. We saw that with Ryan Rickleton as well. He was timing the ball just exquisitely. Luandre as well. Very cognizant about the pitch and how it's playing. Being respectful, playing the conditions. All the signs of a man in form here. Wicket is definitely better than the ones that we saw in California.
Finds the gap, and with the outfield being quick, I suspect it's going to race to the rope again. Poran is fast himself, but can't cut it off. Not out of the middle by any stretch, but 4 more to the Unicorns.
This is a pristine outfield here at the Grand Prairie. Just rolls off the grass so beautifully. And this one managed to time it well, and luckily in the gap. He sets himself up to play in the air. This one, it's going luckily in the gap for him. Just rolled off the grass. The boundary in a jiffy.
They're going to change the field as a consequence of that movement that Bolt is getting away from the left-hander. So another man has come across from the leg side to the off. So from the left-hand side of your screen to the right, just to add protection there. Oh, and now he goes downtown. And that is maybe one of the most beautiful cricket shots you'd see in your entire life. 20 years of age, Leandre Pretorius, he's got the world at his feet. 14 for none.
Oh my God, gosh. Goodness. That was just divine timing. He hit that so sweetly. Had the big man in appreciation as well. That is as sweet as they come when it comes to timing.
You know me, Robin, I'm not often lost for words. That's as good a shot as you can imagine.
I was searching for the right kind of G word.
Gorgeous, generous, gifted. Gosh, God, you had it all.
Ginormous.
Okay, going to be Romario Shepherd, so for the bowling from pavilion end of the ground. We'll have to get another look at that, because at the age of 20, and the reaction then from Kieran Pollard as well.
I promise you, that shot is going to be a reel on social media. That shot was just right up there, man. Wowza.
Allen off the mark immediately. Yeah, it's a thing of beauty, this, and Kieran Pollard's reaction says it all.
Thank you, Finn Allen, for taking a single so we can admire this shot a little bit more. Watch that pitch right up there. Oh boy, did this boy connect that one. Yeah, he knew immediately. He's seen plenty of these This one can be probably one of the best ones he's seen. 302 feet 6. How about that? And all sheer timing. There's nothing else to that shot. No power. Just pure timing from a burly young man.
Awesome. Simply awesome. Genuinely as good a cricket stroke as you'll see at any level, anywhere in the world. And that's why so many of us keep talking about this young man. He is great to watch. World at his feet, to say the least.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Have a look at this one. Real time side angle. I can tell you as a batter, when you hit that ball like that, oh, great work from the cameraman. Just every angle possible. Show us some more of that. Make it a reel. Let it go viral, because this deserves it. Wowzer.
It shows the importance of his technique as a young batter. Obviously, he has quite a lot of brute power as well, but brilliant technique on show.
Yeah, the magic in that are his hands, Lenny. His hands generate so much power in his setup. There's a little bit of a whip, if you can notice it, in his hands. After he gets ready, there's a little bit of a whip in his hands that actually generates so much power that actually makes his batting look so effortless. There's a lot of power behind that shot. We just don't see it in real time.
Almost forgotten that Finn Allen is out there because all we can think about is this special piece of cricket from a special young man.
It deserves to be celebrated, that shot. Deserves to be admired. Once again, the hands, if we can get a little bit of a glimpse of that. We've seen the result of those hands coming into that shot. Watch it here from the side. Yeah, that whip, that little kind of looseness in his wrists, just gets under it. That's what generates the force behind that timing that we see.
Almighty, 302 feet straight down the ground. Nothing quite like seeing a young star blossom in front of your own eyes. Now in swinging Yorker, this is going to be very, very close. Shepherd's convinced and it's finally given. He took his time to assess everything. It did swing in late on him at the last moment. And I think Pretorius would like a look upstairs.
I was worried about this.
Third umpire to television. So third umpire to television director, we have a player review for LBW. The original decision is out. I've checked the feet, it's a fair delivery. Can you move on to front on, please? Front on coming out. There doesn't appear to be any bat. I'll need Ultra Edge to confirm if there is. Standing by on Ultra Edge, Jermaine. Forward. 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 Yeah, there's a gap there on the left-hand side. There is no contact with the bat. Can you move on to ball tracking when available, please? Original decision out. Pitching in line, impact umpire's call. Wickets missing, review retained. Can you go back on field to Jermaine? Jermaine, I'll have to ask you to overturn your out decision to not out. You're on screen, make your signal.
Thank heavens, Lenny. Thank heavens. Because when we as commentators pour praises on a particular player, we call it the wretched umpire's curse. Sorry, commentator's curse. I've become an umpire for a moment there. And I did. Because I was like, not out, not out. It should be not out. I don't want him to be impacted by the commentator's curse. So glad that he's not out.
Pretorius survives and the review, of course, will be retained as well. goes for the Yorker again. Pretorius does well to keep it out. Great over from Shepherd, who bowled so well up in Pomona. Starts brightly here in Texas. 18 for none. Number 2 on the chart, the VTEX leading run scorers for this year's MLC, young Lahandra Pretorius, who we were waxing lyrical about Robin Atapa before we nearly talked him out, but the review kept him alive. He can get 16 more, he'll move past Mitchell Owen to the top of the charts. Now, speaking of young, talented cricketers, here's another one, Faisal Ahmedzai, who loved every second of watching bowl the other evening with that amazing journey all the way from Afghanistan to his new home in the United States. Now let's get one more look at this decision. The umpire took an awfully long time, Jermaine Lin, though, trying to assess every aspect of it.
Yeah, real time, it probably looked like clipping leg stump. Wasn't sure. That was really close though. Pitching was umpire's call. Just about missing. These umpires have been really impressive though.
Just punched through the leg side. Bolt is going to have to try and give some support, and oh dear. That is not the greatest effort from a young fielder who's a marvellous fielder usually. Nosh Kenjige on as the sub. Wonder is that for Rushil Agarkar? Certainly concedes 2 runs.
It was plugged away in the gap there. Had 3 people almost chasing it. Trent was in pursuit from one side. Nosh Kenjige tried really hard. Went to his right side, went to his stronger side, but at a very weird angle. Tried his best, but in vain.
Now, this one's done too much. Ahmedzai enthusiastic and interested, but going to miss the leg stump. Yeah, Kenjige is indeed on as that subfielder for Agarkar. Now, these two played in the last game just 3 days ago, and that was the first legal delivery of Ahmedzai's MLC career.
Yeah, it makes up for a nice recontest this, because a nice little send-off that he gave him the previous game. See if this youngster remembers that.
Just a chip shot into the leg side. Again, great timing. It should be a couple. Kenjige will do the work in the deep.
It was just plugging in the wicket a little bit, just a little bit of hold in the wicket. Hence the timing, not the power behind the shot.
Change in the field. I'll bring in deep mid-wicket to try and plug that gap, because Ahmedzai looks to be, with his natural delivery, just bringing it back into the left-hander. Protection on the leg side. There he goes to the slower ball. Yeah, tragic news, Robin, yesterday. We all adore our sports, and we have loved watching the story and the journey of Afghan cricket. Ahmedzai, his origins from Afghanistan, and the news, if you didn't see it yesterday, our thoughts with everyone within the Afghan cricket community. Shapur Zadran tragically passing away at the age of just 38. For those who remember him, he was a warrior on the field. He is someone who bowled his heart out. He actually hit the winning runs in Afghanistan's first ever ICC Men's Cricket World Cup win back in 2015 in Dunedin against Scotland. Sparked those joyous celebrations and formed part of that formidable pace trio along Hamid Hassan and Dalwat Zadran. everyone in the world cricket community devastated to hear that tragic news taken from us far too soon, and everyone at MLC passing on our thoughts about the passing of Shapur Zadran. 3 have been bowled. It's 26 for none. It's desperately sad to hear that yesterday.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. Very sad to hear the passing of Shapur. Our heartfelt condolences go out to his family, his friends, the Afghanistan cricketing fraternity. Pray for strength for all of them.
So 118 more needed of 17 overs. Should not be any issues at all with the required run rate, you would think, for the Unicorns, particularly with the power they possess. The captain will be in next at 3, and then Sanjay Krishnamurthy has found some form. He'll likely be at number 4. So as a consequence, MI New York, they need wickets, and they need them now. So they will go for a change of ends for Trent Boult. This could be a good move. Allen finds the gap and will find his first boundary.
A nice shot. Change of ends for Trent Boult. But the result on the first ball, pretty much the same as the other end. Not much of swing for him from this end. He is bowling against the wind for his sake. Nice shot from Finn Allen. Give him a semblance of confidence as he moves into this innings.
Oh, great stop. Just the one hand from Corey Anderson. Real Kiwi connection with that delivery. Bolt to Allen, and Anderson saving 4. Yeah, just 75 runs this year for Allen coming in. Excuse me, 93 runs for Allen coming in to today's knock. So he's just got to the 100 marker now. But compared to the fireworks he provided at points last season, centuries in both season 2 and season 3 of MLC, be a nice time for Allen to come to form for the Unicorns as the playoffs approach.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially on this track, he'll enjoy batting here, given how he's setting himself up to bat. He stands very tall compared to last year. Last year he was much lower, flexed his knees a lot more. Oh, he gets some of this, gets height on it. Got into positions early, and then Trent Boult saw him going, bounced the ball short, still managed to get bat on it. Much needed boundary for him and for the Unicorns.
Yeah, and with this outfield here at the Grand Prairie, as soon as you get it past anyone in the infield, including the keeper, you're going to get 4. It's a nice exploitation of the field that is set with both fine leg and third up in the circle. Difficult customer to bowl to is Finn Allen. Good innovation on show this time. Again, straight at Anderson at cover.
He smoked that one straight to the fielder. So well. Gotten off to a decent start here then. 34 for no loss in 3.5 overs.
Of course, you think of that grand final that we're all looking forward to so much in exactly 10 days' time, next Saturday at the Oakland Coliseum. That's the Unicorns' home ground. They'll be desperate to get there. And if they could get into the top 2, they'll have 2 chances to be there at that grand final, whether they win the first v second game or the second chance. Really good stroke yet again, but straight to the cover fielder this time. It's 4 bowled, 34 for none.
We've got a tremendous game happening out in the middle, but I'll tell you what, maybe a better game happening here. They seem to be paused because there's a bit of discussion going on. Is there an edge? Is there not? They might need DRS up here, but it's quite brilliant. I'm going to go try to join this huddle here. Again, everyone's deciding who's going to bat, who's not going to bat. Guys, what's happening? Who's batting? Who got out? Who just got out? He's batting. Okay, what's your favorite shot?
My favorite shot would be the cover drive.
The cover drive. Let me see your cover drive. Can we see your cover drive? High elbow. Brilliant, brilliant that. But who else? Okay, you're bowling. You're bowling? Okay, so what? You bowl pace, you bowl spin. What do you do?
I bowl fast.
You bowl fast. All right, let's go see you bowl fast. Get over there. Let's get a ball in, guys. What's happening? Don't stop. Camera's on. Lights are bright. All right, here we go. He's running in now. And here we go. He's about to bowl the ball. Oh, it's going to be wide. Big wide. He's lost the glasses as well. Everything's come undone. All right, my man. Who are you rooting for, New York or San Francisco?
New York.
He's rooting for New York. Anika, who do you have over there? What's down there?
I think, a bowler here. What's your name and what do you do?
Anshin, I'm a bowler.
Okay, and have you bowled in this game here so far?
Not yet. I'm a batter right now.
Oh, you're a batter right now. Okay, but are you supporting MI or are you supporting SF?
SF.
Okay, and ooh, I think you might be the only one here because your whole entire crew is supporting MI. Since you're on SF and pretend that's an MI batter, who's going to be your prized wicket here?
My prized wicket is probably going to be Allen.
Okay, and if you were out there, who's going to be your prized wicket on MI?
On MI, probably Pollard.
Nice, nice. Okay, so what if we see you bowl a bit? Oh, someone else might be bowling that actually. What about you? What's your name? What do you bowl?
Artie, I'm a spinner.
Okay, let's see it then. Let's go.
Hold on, my man. Come on, we have a bowler going right now. We got a bowler going right now. You get in line. You get in line. Yeah, he's over there. There we go. We've got a wide going. All right, he's gonna bowl one more time. He's got a leg spinner going, so we've got a wide out in the middle. Hold on, give me 1 sec, my man. All right, you're gonna bowl some leg spin? Andrew Leonard's in the box. He's gonna judge this. He was a leg spinner himself. Oh, they've changed comms. He's watching on the sideline. Don't worry, good shot there. Anika, this is brilliant, though, to see this happening alongside us.
I mean, Owen, absolutely. Back in the day, I mean, when I first started playing cricket, it was all on baseball fields and things like that. And to see these kids here playing on concrete, but that too in one of the biggest stadiums here in America, I think it's absolutely amazing. And all their adults are there on the field. They obviously know who to look up to. So it's great to see how much cricket is growing here in America, and I'm so excited for more.
Thank you, Anika and Aman. Here in the concourse with the youngsters. Got a couple of youngsters in the middle. Ahmadzai, Pretorius in particular. Finn Allen's not that old, just quietly as well. And he's on strike. Beautiful deception. Yeah, the smarts. Very nice slower ball. Hello, Liam.
Hello, mate. I want to look at this skill. Here we go. What kind of delivery is this? It's like back of the hand, but comes out more of like a leg cutter. Excellent. It was this pace that it can come off the pitch was the hard thing for Alan to pick up. Outstanding bowling. Great skill. I couldn't do that.
No, that's why you're here with us, my friend. With the slower one into the surface and gets pumped. Finn Allen finishes the fifth with a boundary. 12 off it. It's 46 without loss now.
But I could do that. Next one. Yeah. Great shot from Finn Allen. That last over, he found the middle of the bat a few times, but hit the field. He's actually looking in good form here. Stands tall, waits for the ball, hits it cleanly through the offside. 4 bits for SFU.
So New York at the same juncture after 5 with 41 for 2. Unicorns in a much better position in this Cognizant MLC match, matched 23. Now we're going to have a Garko. Questions are raised about how his foot was because he got smashed. The old Sandshoe crusher who's gone LBW. But he's back on the field now. And the two youngsters. Get those boots in the way, KP. Yeah, Finn Allen, can he get a big one tonight?
Just waits for that really nicely. And he's such a good timer of the ball. He's strong and powerful, but he times it so well that we see on screen. Excellent shot.
So a little tweak in the field because this is where it's a little bit challenging for the skipper and the bowler because you're inside the power play. Just to reiterate, only two gentlemen outside that 30-yard circle. Long on is one of them. Put a hand on it, and they all get excited always. And the other chap is a straight mid-wicket. So both on that leg side, that onside, and quite straight to Finn Allen because he's so good at hitting in a wide V. Back past the bowler, back past long on, long off. That's his zone. Little fingertip. And, so if that goes onto the stumps off the bowler like that and the batter's out of his ground, he'll be run out. Be Gonski. You've got to make sure you get back in time. There's a guy backing up at the non-striker's end.
Oh, goalkeeper fingertip. Good stretch from Pretorius. Safely in. Sensible batting by the guys here. No risks. Good pockets, running twos, hitting the bad ball. Playing sensible cricket.
Yeah, that advantage of knowing what you are wanting to track down by batting second. A lot of captains like doing that. Get slicker under the lights as the talk from the batters, the players, slides on maybe just that little bit better to bat second. Yeah, very good offside player. That's not to say he isn't good off his legs, but certainly powerful down the ground and straight.
I think that's what he showed throughout. He's strong on his legs as well. Maybe anything on the stumps he's looking to protect, hit back down the ground, some width he can put away. I think it's just sensible batting, not really any high-risk shots needed with the score so low from MI New York.
Yeah, the Lexus power play's just about coming to an end. 50 now up for the Unicorns. And look, winning the power play is no guarantee you'll win the match. In fact, just 41% of the teams winning the power play this season have gone on to win the contest. So you can actually be a little bit behind the game, but of course you've got to have wickets in hand. That helps. Again, just being, oh, hello, you're going to have to get the dive out. Use the laundry allowance, Mr. Pretorius. Good effort.
Little take it run. It's going to be close. I think he just made it. Here we go from the side on view. Good bit of feeling from Rickleton. It was very close. Maybe he was gone. I was incorrect. That would have been out.
Not bad from Rickleton. Normally a keeper as well. I mean, he shares it off and on if he and de Kock are playing. Once one, you heard him. Finn Allen's going to keep the strike, and that's the end of the Lexus power play at 52 without loss here. Couple of scores in the 30s. Not much home for the MIs to get excited about. Poran was hanging in there but couldn't convert. Pollard got nipped in the bud. Yeah, Matt Short. Wow, he's having a very good time of it in season 4, MLC 2026. Another 3-for for him. He's got to be on that top 5. There are Mitley leading wicket takers. It's been about the quick bend, but Matt Short with his offies little bit of guile and angles he's been using. Time for Shepherd. Power play highlights, Liam. Not bad. Measured.
Measured is the right word. They've hit the back ball, not took too many risks. The boundaries have come from good cricket shots. That one's excellent shot straight back over. And yeah, they're just putting away the bad deliveries. They have been running some quickly, some singles and some twos. Excellent power play from the Unicorns.
Yeah, the Lexus power play can be important. I just mentioned that stat. Even if you don't win the power play, doesn't mean you come second. Finn Allen. Oh, and he's licked it in the air. It has gone to the moon. Who wants it? Boom. Yeah. Rickelman. Just mentioned him as a keeper. Wonderful pair of hands. Rickleton. That's him. He's got such good hands, and I've got to get on something else because he is outstanding.
Slow ball off cutter, and it's the Cognizant clutch catch. Rickleton, keeper, good solid hands, excellent catch. Easy for him with them big giant hands. Finn Allen be disappointed. He set himself here to finish this game off, and Finn Allen departs for 20 runs. The Unicorns are 52 for 1.
Time for the captain, Matt Short. So a right-hander replaces a right-hander. In terms of Major League Cricket career for Matt Short, pretty good numbers. He's always been there and thereabouts as a good contributor, top of the order in any franchise he plays for. He's been pretty good here. Up against Romario Shepherd, who's keen and confident. Yeah, watch that timing. Give yourself you mentioned it. Yeah, it was 50 without loss and 50 for 2, the New York side after the power play. And here's Finn Allen getting out.
Good slow ball into the pitch. I think he thought it was there to obviously moose out the ground. Doesn't get quite get it. And obviously excellent catch by Rickleton.
Yeah, watched it all the way in. Ryan Rickleton. Gorgeous take. Of course, you can afford to. Just have a little look. Get yourself in. Don't be thinking you can bosh it from ball one. Doesn't need to.
Shepherd's been on song all year. Line and length, hitting the bat nice and hard. So Short will be watching Shepherd, giving himself time. He's got plenty of time to knock this off. Watch a few balls, knock the singles round, hit the bad ball, rotate the strike, and get Pretorius back on strike.
This is a very good start, searching in a nice bit of line and length from Shepherd. Here's your remitly leading wicket takers. Who's your fave out of this, Mr. Plunkett?
Yeah, I love a couch, but also if you look at MI New York, who are missing extreme pace with Bosch out of the team today, that could have made a difference with his pace and his accuracy. But Bartman and Jesteep up top, the Orcas are going strong.
That smirk from Bartman says it all. It's just too easy for me. Well. There's a few dots. We've got the wicket. Now we've had 4 on the trot, and there's 1 to go in the 7th. Staring down the barrel of a wicket maiden. Don't get too many of those in this form of the game here in MLC. He gets starts. He gets in. He'd dearly love to kick on a bit more. He's not got a half century this season as the captain. Oh, height and moving down, but yeah, was keen to get a run. There is a wicket maiden. The Unicorns are now 52 for 1.
Looking at the comparison in terms of the run rate here, Unicorns just slightly dropping off, but they won't be too concerned with that.
Yeah, just been enlightened. That was Shepherd's third maiden of Cognizant MLC in 2026. So really is doing a great job. Is the big Guyanese fellow, Mario Shepherd. Is Sunny Patel. His little bag of tricks, bit of wrist work sometimes, bowls toppies, loffies. Be very useful.
Yeah, played some minor league cricket against Sunny, mixes it up nicely. On some rough wickets, I'm not going to lie, which was very helpful for the spin. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes today. Can he get a quick 2-3 wickets and put SFU under the pump?
He's into the 30s now, Pretorius. Just needs one more run to go to the top of the tree. Our VTEC's leading run scorers. We'll have to have a look at that shortly. Oh, skipper. No timing. But get off the mark and be happy and give the strike back to Pretorius.
Just looking at Shepherd to Allen here, just whacking the pitch into his leg side. 2 dots, and the one that was a little bit straighter with the pace off was the one he fetched and obviously was caught out in the deep by Rickleton.
Just confirmation of the VTEC's leading run scorers, and he is now. Just goes past Owen. Oh, you are a shining star, no matter who you are. Oh, Pretorius. Get on Earth, Wind and Fire, DJ. This kid is outrageous.
Just the sound of that 6 that came off the bat. You knew it was going to be big, Danny, and it went many, many moons. The Texas fields out there. Great shot, great power. That's a shot from a man in form. 102 meters, absolute monster 6.
Oh, yeah. Have we got it back yet? We did. Jubilation for the Unicorn fans. He's monstered some 6s this season. Slower and had to wait. Rickleton out there. Stops 4, but man, you got to watch this guy. Oh, yes. Audio, outstanding downstairs. Not bad off the blade. Getting very excited down here. 8 bowled, 60, 3 for 1.
Young man taking the league by storm, Landry Pretorius. 335 feet, the 3rd biggest 6 this season. Been some serious ball striking on display in Cognizant Major League Cricket. And here's that, the sound off the bat. 335 feet into the upper decker of the concourse. Goodness. When he hits a ball, it stays hit. I don't think there's ever been a player that embodies that phrase more. Been brilliant this season. 42 runs already tonight. Lit up Oakland on that final night against the Washington Freedom. Makes his captain's life very easy. Matt Short has only scored the 1 run, but that run rate hasn't gone down yet. Pami Bangwa, they say the greatest things about cricket happen in partnerships. Matt Short happy to just tuck it around because he's picked up his 4,000th run, but he's got a partner who's doing it at a much more rapid pace at the moment.
A wonderful achievement that by Matt Short. Luhandre Pretorius is a talent. But he's a player whose confidence continues to grow from the successes that he's had. Yeah, lovely. All various views you'll get. A player in a South African era, I guess, where there is much competition to try and get into the side. This at the top of the order, his preferred position. If you think of South Africa's 2020 side, you have captain in Aiden Markram at the top, along with a Quinton de Kock or a Ryan Rickleton. Very top heavy, and essentially throw him into the mix and it's an embarrassment of riches. And so what he must do is continue to do as he does and seek an opportunity. And you look also at the ages of the various players. So from Markram, who I'll put at 30, maybe 29. And I'll go with Quinton de Kock, who's, I think he's 33, even though he has his youthful looks still. Been around forever too. And then go to Rickleton, who's, I'll say, a year behind Markram.
It'll be the fielder inside the ring, not on the outside. Shepard able to come in with just that 5 run over. Close at 9, 68 for 1. Correction, 69 for 1. A touch slower Grand Prairie Stadium than we're accustomed to, but the Unicorns trucking in the right direction. It's the clumps where you see the biggest plateau on that worm. It's where the dots come together, and that's what the Unicorns will want to avoid.
Yeah, wicket's the best way to slow things down. And Luhandre is 20 years old, 20 years young. And so a lot of time. Don't score all your runs now. Yeah, he can't help himself at the moment. And he just has to continue to put in the performances and wait for an opening. He has had a taste of it and would like a whole lot more, no doubt about that. Yeah, special player. Yeah, limp wrist, bottom hand that seems to have him wield that willow like a wand. And initially seeing him, oh, goodness. Many kind of wondered if it might be flash in the pan, a youngster who kind of got a bit lucky early on. It's far from that.
And you can see it's the mindset in which he plays. He's looking to be aggressive, but you don't catch him really trying to overhit the ball on too many occasions. Maybe that time looking to take advantage of the matchup, but he almost has the shot selection of a much more mature man.
Yeah, in form. Changes quickly for batters, and essentially it becomes about how well they ride the times that are not so good, so that they can come back again and put together some performances and continue the belief. For him, so far, so good. He hasn't put a foot wrong, really. Wonderful to watch.
No doubt about it. This lefty slugger has come into the Texas heat, and he's set the Prairie ablaze. A 5th half-century in Cognizant MLC for number 55 in orange.
An excellent shot. A correction to the one he tried before a couple of balls ago. This time got that spot on. Out the ground and on to 50 from just 30 balls. A third 6 to his name, applauded by his teammates, and he won't stop filling his boots.
Try the innovation, didn't go his way. Close of over 10. It's 78 for 1, and we'll pause for a drink. Not unlike the Unicorns, where the destruction happens at the top of the order. That's the way they like it. They've got a new face, a young face, that's making that happen. Mohandre Pretorius, 52 off of 31, and he's out there with his captain, who's been more than happy to just turn over strike. 5 off of 12 with Finn Allen back in the shed. We knew it was a subpar total coming out for MI New York. Their bowlers would have to be spot on and excellent, but not the usual excellence. Trent Bolt, 2 overs, has gone for 22 runs. Ahmad Zai following suit has gone for 20 in his 2. Sunny Patel also gone for 20, so some expensive overs being mixed in for MI New York. And like we said, most of the damage for the Unicorns happens at the top of the order, and this season it's come off this man's bat. That is a special stroke. Finn Allen doesn't usually take the back seat, but said, okay, I can play the shots too. Just maneuvering it through gaps, trying to take advantage. Was undone and outfoxed by Mario Shepard. New York thought they had a sign of life, but this man has not stopped going. And he just is continuing to hit 6s all over the park. Remember, these two were the last game out in Pomona, and it was the Unicorns that won the game by 5 wickets. And it seems like the Unicorns are well on their way to get 2 on the bounce. An important game because of how close that table is. A win here takes San Francisco, keeps them at the top of the table, moves them to 10 points, the first team that'll do it. For New York, it's an inauspicious way to start a very important week of Cognizant MLC. The Lexus points table is so close this year. Look at how many teams are on 8. The top 4, the bottom 2 on 6, but the Unicorns will stay at the top with the win. New York I know everyone is lurking, so important, even if you don't win, to keep this contest close. What an adjustment from Matt Short off the slower delivery, Pommy.
Adjustment first from the bowler, who recognizes that he's going to try and use pace, and then his go-to is to take pace off and to go outside off, kind of follow him to that offside. Yeah, good work all around from both players. Yeah, that's all that they require. They've got it all going as they'd like. Such a hot day today, and many places around the world where you play, where it's sweltering. Using the cricket ball, you've got to try and find a way to shine it, and what he's doing there is trying to find a dry spot on his trousers so that he doesn't wet the ball, so that he can still give it a really good polish. See? So he's got a dry spot there, and that's the one he's using. The rest of the pants might well be drenched. If you look, they're just a bit darker if you look to the left, and that's because of sweat and the trousers getting wet through, and shirt too. Oh, what's going on here? What's going on there? I wonder if it's about being in the circle. I don't know what they're on about there.
We'll have to reball that. That'll be a wide. And Anika Golan's been out and about all day long. Anika, where are you? Who you got?
I'm here with Trent Kelly, one of our head curators here at the Grand Prairie. Obviously, there's such a game going out there right now, but behind the scenes of what it takes to go into the pitch, Trent, it's been about touching maybe 2 weeks that we've been here on this wicket. What is the difference between when we first came over to Grand Prairie and now, and like what has been performed on this wicket?
So similar stuff to what we did leading into the first leg. Lots of water, trying to look for even grass coverage on the pitches, and then getting consistent compaction into all the pitches. So timing our rolling. Marcus, Pat, Vunu and myself, everyone's chipped in and done a really good job.
Yeah, definitely. And the last time we came here, there was a little bit more green on the wicket. Why is it that it's a little bit different now?
Yeah, so we're getting into some quite hotter conditions. So touching 100 today. Yesterday was 100, tomorrow's 100. I think it's 100 again on Friday, and then hopefully we get some cooler weather. But that does take the colour out of the grass, and also lots of rolling during the last month has contributed to some impacts of the turf.
Yeah, and we have a few double headers coming up. How are you going to kind of prepare the pitch for it to withstand so many games and so many overs bowled on the surface?
Yeah, so just making sure that we get enough moisture in overnight, and then keep our hand watering up, keep consistency there, and keep the rolling at the right times. But mainly it's all about the water and the moisture and the timing.
Yeah, and there's 56 more balls of this game to go. But after everything is done, after the last ball is bowled, how much time do you spend preparing this wicket? Obviously, people don't see that because we're busy watching the game. People are heading back home. But how much work do you do after the games are done?
Yeah, so the game finishes, and then we'll have a crew of 3 or 4 get out, clean the wicket up, then put some moisture back into the pitch ready for the next day, get the pitch covered, and do it all again the next day. We'll be here at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Perfect. I mean, we see the pitch reports, we see how nice it is to see how the wicket is holding up. So really excited to see how it's going to be tomorrow, and really good game today. So thanks so much for your work.
Thanks, Anika. Cheers.
Cheers. Back to you, Evelyn.
Thank you, Anika Golan. Always great to hear from Trent Kelly. He's been around the stadium for a couple of years now, and his group does such a great job preparing this venue to host Major League Cricket year in, year out.
Tough part is making sure that they get the balance right of how much moisture to put in with the heat there is because it can all evaporate pretty quickly. They don't want it to be too dry. Equally, they don't want it to be too moist. So I have to balance that. 85 for 1.
Actually talking to Trent and his crew a little bit earlier. It was something that was truly phenomenal. I asked about the cuts. It's a different cut than what we have typically. Typically we have that checkerboard look. And he goes, yeah, we call it the dartboard. I said, oh, that's brilliant. And you have the most important thing in the middle as well, the pitch. I just thought that was a fun little thing that the grounds crew like to have on these surfaces. Something needs to change desperately quick for MI New York to come away with a win here.
Yeah, tough times. Yeah, so tough because if you don't take wickets up at the front, particularly against this San Francisco Unicorn side, then they'll hurt you. And effectively with such a score, and what happens is they want to break the back of the chase early on, and they pretty much have done that. He's such a good player. What you see is kind of a wave of the wand as he starts up, but when he makes contact, he hits the ball late, and that bat is straight. Various areas off the ground impacted by how he hits it, can access absolutely everywhere, and so difficult to contain for captains.
Like you said, he's done it in a variety of ways. You've seen the high elbow, we've seen the slog sweeps. He's just having a great time here in his return to Grand Prairie. Again, started very controlled and then got more aggressive as innings continued on.
Yeah, always thinking aggression. And up at the top, it is his job, and he has to have the courage to do it, but also the skills and remain in control as he tries to hit the ball off to all areas of the park. And just generally, he has been in control. If he's presented with the deliveries, it makes it easier for him. If he has to make them, he must do it, but with kind of high percentage in his favor rather than big wild woolly swings. And so far, I mean, that is fabulous as the season goes. So good.
He's joined his partner with 5 50s in a major league season. That's the most ever. Joint most ever by any batter across the 4 years of the tournament.
Yeah, and we have these MVP cards. There should be one for him, shouldn't there?
No question. It's Trent Bolt on the card right here. He's been brilliant for so long, but that's the future out there. He's going to have his face on one of these. If you want to get your hands on one of these, scan that QR code, bottom right of your screen. MVPs with the Z. Quite brilliant. We've had them all season long. Players are now asking, how can we get hands on these? So don't miss out your chance. Go to that website, mvps.io. And tomorrow we go coast to coast. LAKR back in action. And this time it's against the Washington Freedom. Freedom bested them at their home venue, so LAKR will have revenge on their minds. Trying to reclaim their way back up this table after a flying start. The Washington Freedom trying to continue their winning ways right here in Grand Prairie. Make sure you get yourself in these seats. Get your tickets, tickets.majorleaguecricket.com. Gonna be a game to behold on our hands tomorrow. Well fielded to close over 12, 90 for 1.
It's the last leg of the group stages, and we're here at the spiritual home of Major League Cricket. We're in Dallas, in Grand Prairie, and they're the games that will decide our top four. Every single side still has the chance of sealing a top four spot. Every single side, in theory, could still finish in the top two as well. As tight a table as you'll ever imagine. As Sunny Patel, as a change of ends, batters will be hitting with the wind now. So don't be surprised if they maybe try to target the leg spinner. Starts with a googly, given as a wide. Chase is maybe going a little slower than some Unicorn fans would have expected or liked. Finds the gap nicely, will find four. Good stroke. Pretorius, though, playing so elegantly and so fluently.
Yeah, for a man in Pretorius's form, that was a hit-me delivery. Just rocked back, and just knew exactly where the fielders were and punched it in the gap there. Nicely played. Watch how he sets himself up to actually get elevation on the ball. Hanging more on the back foot so that he can hit the ball in the air. But what's impressive about him, Lenny, is the fact that he's able to do this. He's able to pick the right balls to put away for 4s and 6s. If it's not there, he tucks it away for these 1s and 2s.
Yeah, you're spot on, and it was a massive difference in the speed of those last two deliveries. It was a much slower googly. And it actually somewhat outwitted Pretorius, but he adjusted brilliantly. Unicorns well ahead on both in terms of the runs at this stage compared to MI New York, and the wickets fallen. Just the one down still. Oh, that's massive. He's been brilliant to watch. He's already hit 3 over 300 feet. This might be 4. It's certainly 6 more to the total.
This is the beauty of Luandre Pretorius. He waits for the ball to be in his zone. When it is in his zone, he sends it. And he sends it the distance. Look how far that's gone. 289 feet. That's another biggie.
11 feet shy of another monster. Well, he's dominated this partnership, really. They put on 51 together, and Pretorius has made 39 of them. Short's just nudging it around, watching, admiring from the other end. Change in angle now, flatter through the air. Strange change of ends for Patel, because obviously Pretorius now hitting with the wind.
Isn't he actually hitting against the wind? If you look at the flags. By the way the flags are flying, it looks like he's hitting against it, my friend.
No, he's hitting with the wind now.
It's changed now.
Literally just out there. I was just standing there, I promise you. Yeah, so it's coming down. He's hitting towards the right of the commentary box. That's exactly where it's going. We'll go out there together and measure it, Robin, okay? Out we go.
Let's agree to disagree, my friend.
I don't think the wind actually matters with the way Pretorius is hitting it, because he hit one nearly into the top deck.
Yeah, he did.
Up that end, and then he stuck one over the end the other way. Gets away with that one. Could have gone anywhere. End of the 13th. It's an expensive over. 16 runs come from it. 106 for one. Nicholas Poor, I'm just trying to get a bit of a message across to Sunny Patel. I think trying to indicate to him to make sure that he's hitting against the spin. Go with googlies, get the ball going away from the batter. Unicorns are cantering home here. Robin, have you been any way surprised by the fact they're not really trying to press the accelerator yet to think about net run rate?
I think with the way they're placed on the table, I think a victories should suffice. Another nice shot. It's the thing about Luandre Pretorius. He's hit the ball so well. He's played such a mature innings for a 20-year-old. Started off with this beauty. And then he sent this a mile. Another one in the zone. Again in the arc. And just like that, out of the park.
Yeah, that last one hitting with the wind, a real beaut. Short's innings at the other end has, well, just been a slightly strange one for a T20, but I think he'll probably say we don't need any more than that.
Yeah, I don't mind this. Isn't slightly mature in the sense where he's like, let me just get in. Maybe he's feeling a lack of form, but the kind of the fact that he's got Pretorius batting at the other end, he can just nudge it around and bat his way back into form, perhaps. Because his bowling has been amazing. The batting has just not been where it was, as it was last year.
Lasered away. Protection out there. Bolt does really well to keep it to 1. Yeah, you're spot on, Robin. His bowling's been a revelation this year. 3 for up to 3rd in the wicket takers charts as 14 now altogether. Got the big one, Quinton de Kock early. And a beauty to get rid of Mayank Patel, and then forced Rickleton, who was the one who was really playing fluently, a bit like Pretorius, to chop on.
I like the way Rishi Lugarkar has operated, both in California, in Los Angeles, and in San Francisco, and then in Oakland, I beg your pardon, and here at Dallas, at Grand Prairie. He's been astute with his changes, absorbed pressure really well. Now it's like 2.4 overs, just gone for 15, with Pretorius wielding that bat like an absolute monster.
Well, he's unsheathing every single shot out of the locker now. Yeah, I get your point. I take your point, Robbie, that you're saying that, well, actually, a win is enough. Just feel with all of the depth they have in their batting and what I feel is a pretty good batting surface, maybe not the sort of 200-plus expected return that we've often seen here at Grand Prairie, that it might have been an opportunity, just with how tight that table is. Let's say the Unicorns lose their last 2, and they finish on 10 points with 5 wins. Net run rate could be critical, because they won't just want to finish in the top 4. They'd love to be in the top 2 and have 2 chances to get to that grand final.
It's just one of those rare days, Lenny, where we don't agree on certain things. Wind, points, net run rate. Call me a traditionalist, right? Call me a traditionalist, but I don't mind Matt Short playing in innings like this, because when push comes to shove in the back end of the tournament, he will turn up good.
And that'll help. May well have come off the thigh pad, so a little tickle, in fact. And we'll race away. Just a tickle from short. That'll get his strike rate moving upwards towards 100. It's 116 for 1.
Look at that flag. Line? Oh? Which way is the flag? Flag, thank you very much.
I promise you it's coming this way.
Don't stand up.
It's coming this direction.
Look at the flag.
Here with John Holland, assistant bowling coach of the San Francisco Unicorns. Thank you so much for joining us. It's your first year with the team. How you've enjoyed your experience?
Yeah, it's been really good. Boys have welcomed me in pretty well, having a good time. Definitely helps when you're winning games of cricket, so hopefully the boys can keep going the way they are.
Yeah, we're back in Grand Prairie, but talked about Oakland and LA. What'd you make of being in those 2 cities?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think the grounds were a little bit different. Pitches were quite tricky. I think we had to adapt coming from here, play a different style of cricket, and we managed to get a couple of wins, but it's good to be back here in Dallas.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to have a win here in Dallas as well, the way things are going. You guys won the toss, chose to bowl first. Did you see anything different in this leg in Dallas compared to the first leg?
No, I think it's played pretty similar. We knew what to expect. I think we've got a lot of variety in our bowling attack. International quick, some really good spin options. So I think coming back here to Dallas, it really suits the team makeup.
Yeah, how good is it to have those international individuals? You have Ravi Ashwin on the bench, and then guys like Xavier Bartlett, Haris Rauf to kind of throw ideas off of.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I think the way the Quicks are bowling at the moment, they're preparing really well. They've played international cricket. They're really on top of their game. So I think it makes my job really easy. The plans are simple. It's really clear, and they go out and execute.
Yeah, another boundary on the board. In terms of your domestic boys, we saw Anirudh Emmanuel get his first wicket today. What's it been like working with those guys?
Yeah, it's been really exciting. I think he's got a lot of talent. He's been working really hard in the nets and the training. So it was great to see him get out there and get a few overs and get his first wicket.
Yeah, talk to me about guys like Brody Couch, Gulam Mudassar. What's it been like working with them?
Yeah, I think I know Couchy from back home. He's got a lot of ball speed. It's great to have a local player like Couchy in your team. And then Gulam he's come along and he's excited us from the start when we saw him bowling at training. And for him to come out and do what he's done in those first few games, unfortunately he's got a little bit of a calf niggle, but hopefully we'll see him at the back end of the tournament.
Yeah, in terms of the tournament in and of itself, the points table so close together. What's that been like trying to navigate through?
I don't think we've really paid too much attention to it. We know we've got to win games of cricket to make the finals, and that's where we want to get to. So I think we're just taking it game by game at the moment and preparing really well.
Yeah, it's your first year in the league. How's the stories you've heard compared to kind of what you've experienced now that you're out here?
No, I was pretty well advised of what to expect. I think Oakland was a pretty cool experience with the Coliseum and the ground there and how small it was. There were some big hits there, and probably didn't really matter how small the boundary was. Most of them were going to clear the fence anyway.
Thank you so much, John. Appreciate your time, and good luck the rest of the way.
No worries, thanks.
Yeah, great to hear the thoughts of John Holland there, the bowling coach. His troops did a really good job. Former Australian, slow left armour. Now, whilst we were watching that interview, Landry Pretorius has, well, moved immaculately through 70s into the 80s, a trio of fours, 3 beautiful strokes, Robin.
Yeah, what do you say to this kind of cricket? It's as good as it gets. And what's been so impressive about him is his composure. So, not far away from a well-deserved 100. When a batter's batting as well as Andre is, all of us root for a batter like that to get 100. He's made it look so good, so effortless, so easy. The magic lies in his hands.
Also brought up the 400 run marker, first batter to do it this season. In Cognizant MLC, top of the charts, 12 shy of a big landmark. And he's just going to keep going into the 90s now. Pretorius stands 2 good shots away from a well-deserved 100. It's 135 for 1.
Yeah, once again, nicely watched. And calm as ever. Even the experienced Trent Bolt faltering today in front of this prodigious talent as Andre Pretorius.
It's been very one-sided, this. It really has. Unicorns have thoroughly outplayed MI New York, really across all 3 departments actually. Very good with the ball and in the field in the first innings, having won the toss. And then, although there's been differing approaches between Pretorius and Short in this partnership, they put on 83. And Nicholas Pooran not looking overly pleased.
For the love of God, Matt Short, take a single, my friend.
Well, the dot's okay. You just don't want a boundary, Robert. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. This young man hasn't got 100. His highest is 98 not out. And if there's any time he deserves 100, it is today. Just for the way he's batted and how much he's entertained us. He's got on 97 once as well, I think.
Yeah, actually watched that innings in 98 in the SA20 for the Pearl Royals. It was really close. Actually ran out of time right at the end. It was an unbeaten 98. And there's protection out there. Manak Patel will do the fielding. So he's got a real chance at getting to that landmark for the first time in this format. We know with his talent and his age that it is a matter of time, but how he'd love to do it here. Top of the run scoring charts, can he get to 3 figures?
Yeah, not just the top of the run scoring charts, also the most number of sixes. He has absolutely sparkled in this innings and in this season's MLC.
Yes, kid.
Helped around the corner, gonna go all the way. He's only 2 away, he equals his career best, and he flies to 98.
That is a shot and a half. Picked the off cutter, got on one knee, knew the field, and played the field. Brilliant. That is so good from this young man.
That's the moment, 20 years of age, and a first ever T20 century for Alejandro Pretorius. Shining bright in the orange of the unicorns of 52 deliveries, 10 fives, 10 fours, 5 sixes, and a smile as bright as the sun. A moment that young man is not going to forget.
He's indeed a unicorn. Absolutely batted like one. The prodigious Pretorius, what a knock. Right out of the top draw, everything right about it. Played every ball to its merit and was so beautiful to watch. So happy for this young man. Watch out, world. Here comes a legend. 102 of just 52 deliveries, well supported by Matt Short, the skipper at the other end. And they canter to a 9-wicket win against the mighty MI New York.
Yeah, stunning young talent for sure. And very professional in terms of having the skipper there to see him through with that, and probably egging him on to say, listen, you need to hang around here. Yes, keep playing how you do, but also just sensibly. Because if we can get up here with not too many wickets down, we can celebrate together as a team, not just your 100 that he's got here tonight, but 1 wicket down massively helps the net run rate going into the business end of this tournament. Yeah, look how much Matt Short has admired his maturity here. He's only, 21 years of age. 20, hasn't had his 21st, what a big celebration coming up then. And he's got his first 100. Unicorns win by 9 wickets, and look at that, 26 balls to spare. Did it in a canter, but more importantly, we're only 1 down. So it's a huge win for the Unicorns against the very strong and mighty MI New York. Man, is he pleased. They won't wipe that off his face for a while, that grin. All adds to the growth and journey for this young man. So, very pleasing. Rightio, time to go sideline and catch up with Aman Patel.
Here with captain of MI New York, Nicholas Spuran. I want to take you back to the first innings, 143 on the board. Did you feel that was ever going to be enough?
First of all, I'm going to choose also praise and thanks. I was always going to be tricky. 143, really good batting pitch. We know once the lights come on, it makes it obviously difficult for the bowlers as well. We're really short there, but obviously congrats to Unicorns there. They outplayed us not only today, but the other day in LA as well.
In terms of the discussion at halftime, when you guys did have 143 on the board, what did you say to the boys to try to say, okay, we can defend this total?
I mean, obviously it's just going to be difficult, and it's all about attitude for us and try to push the game as deep as possible. In T20 cricket, you never know what happens. So, I mean, well into our bowlers as well. I felt like they fought really nicely, but Luandre played a beautiful innings. I think that's his first T20 century there. And obviously, a young kid showing us all how to do it here in the Major League. So, congrats to him, well done to him, and hopefully we can take a page out of his book.
As we look at the rest of the leg here in Dallas, with the table as close as it is, how important is it to get your group back up and ready to go?
Yeah, again, I mean, it's T20 cricket, right? 1 minute you're on top of the table, next minute you're struggling to win games. You know, T20 cricket is all about winning and losing, and we know how contagious that can be. So for us, it's just to put a complete performance in, and hopefully we can get the right momentum at the right time. Hopefully it's sooner than later.
Nicky P, tough luck today and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, completely outplayed MI New Yorks. Look at this, Pretorius, just brilliant. Skipper was just happy to hand it back over to the youngster. Look at that, 102 of 52 balls, a strike rate of 196, just over. 10 fours, 5 sixes, and the partnership of 94 between Short and Pretorius made the win very, very comfortable indeed for the Unicorns, who go to the top of the tree in terms of point standing. In terms of the bowling, well, they needed wickets, and there was only one successful bowler, and that was Romario Shepherd. He got 1 for 17 in his 4. He was useful, but a very thin total of 143 was always going to be hard to defend on a pretty good surface here in Dallas, Grand Prairie. Yeah, match 23, 143 for 9 was going to be no match for the Unicorns batting second. They got 146 for 1 in 15.4. And you think about this young man who is such a serious talent. Missed out on Sunday night against the same opposition with a little chop on. And he got out to Ahmedzai. And tonight isn't amazing. They say, what's that? What a difference a day makes. Well, just a couple. And Pretorius, 102 not out in 52 deliveries with that strike rate of just a little bit under 200. Very, very impressive for sure. Running out with Pretorius, Finn Allen. But Pretorius with some beautiful timing as ever, and opens that blade and is very strong down the ground, and that is an exquisite stroke. That's not bad from Finn Allen. A couple of his improvised strokes. Yeah, slower ball that got pumped. And then he tried to whip one over mid-wicket and got a little early on a slower ball. And Rickleton, it's a good take from him out in the deep. And listen to this, audio turn it up. And they have. Oh, yes. And again. Just so powerful and so strong. Oh, exquisite.